check.
Hello?
Welcome, everybody. Dr. Benny, turn the ambiance down. There we go. Hey, nice to have you here. Nothing like doing sound checks while we're live, but hey, that's exactly how we want to start the night. Fresh, happy, and excited. I'm Vance Paul, Rich Cornford, Todd Bentley, Julian Wilson here. The semifinals of Section 5 here in the San Joaquin Valley. Man, what a fantastic game. Woodlake travels down to Shafter High School. Coach Cornford, great to have you here tonight. First of all, let's go back 7 nights ago. We were right here, and in honor of Coach Gerald Perucci, I will tell you, it was way colder. It was freezing. It was bone-chilling cold. Inside joke there. Nice evening last Friday night when these Shafter Generals took on Dos Palos, and for a while it was all Shafter, but then Dos Palos came battling back, and we're like, hey, what's happening here? But after a while, it became all Shafter, and they played really, really well last week.
And that's kind of been Shafter's MO. Teams have been able to play with them for a quarter or so and have flashes, but in the end, there's typically a running clock. And the Shafter scoring machine gets rolling, and it's tough to stop that snowball effect. But the Shafter defense is pretty darn good too. They've given up less than 10 points a game on the season, and when you're scoring 49 and giving up 10, you're probably undefeated.
Tonight's a big night. All the major news networks are here. I was parking about 8 miles down by one of our news affiliates and walking in with a lot of the other media. There's a lot of people here tonight. Shafter, as always, one of the most festive high schools you can play at here in the Central Valley of California. They bring in a Woodlake team tonight, making it to the semifinals. Tough squad, tough football team. Coach, what do you know about Woodlake?
Well, they're coached by Jeff Johnson. They're 11-1 this year. Their only loss is to the 2-seed Carruthers. In fact, in Division 5 football, the overall record of the 4 remaining teams is 45-2.
Wow.
So there's really good football teams in this division. So they're a really good football team. They're almost a mirror of Shafter. They throw the ball very well. Their quarterback's thrown for nearly 3,000 yards. They run the ball well, too. Their quarterback doesn't run quite as well as Aguilar, but then who does? And they're giving up only 12 points a game. They're scoring 40, so it should be a really good ball game tonight.
This is the Kern High Network's live exclusive coverage of high school athletics here in Kern County. This is Division 5 semifinal football. What a treat to be with you tonight back here at Shafter, 2 weekends in a row. Julian's on camera. Great to have Julian here tonight, our director, producer. We are riding in the Bentley this evening. Nice to have Todd here. He's got his bodyguard here, which is perfect to have her as well. Rich, I'm looking forward to a great, great football game, buddy.
It should be fun. But my brother and I got here a little early, stopped by the General, had myself a good burger.
Whoa, really? Because I don't see any food up here. I don't see where,
Well, you did bring hot chocolate tonight. I appreciate that. Yeah.
That's the difference between you and I, Coach. I'm looking out for you.
Well, I'll tell you what, if we're here next week, I'll treat you to a China cuisine. Supposed to have the best steaks in town.
You heard it, Todd.
I did.
Well, time to get going. A lot of storylines. We've got a lot to talk about, a lot of football to talk about. And this Woodlake team, we'll have to introduce them to you as the evening goes.
Well, I know defensively they're a team that likes to get after quarterbacks. They're going to play a lot of man coverage. They've got 18 interceptions this year and 40-some sacks, 43 sacks.
Shafter will receive, Coach. And does it stay in? It does. Taking up the 12-yard line. And it's by the very familiar Pedro Avila. And Avila gets it up to about the 22-yard line.
So if people are watching and have never seen Pedro Avila play, he is amazing. 5'3", 145-pound, very physical running back. 1,100 yards rushing, 11 touchdowns, 3 receiving touchdowns, and he leads the team in tackles with 85. So real impressive football player there.
Shafter 11-0, Woodlake 11-1. The quarterback for Shafter, Alex Aguilar, just named this week the Athlete of the Year, Football Player of the Year here locally. And they start on the ground with a run. It's a good 5-yard gain. And Avila does a lot of that too. He does a lot of the electric stuff, but he can also just chomp up yards, 5-6 yards at a time.
Yeah, he's a very aggressive runner that usually does not get negative gains.
2nd and 5. Aguilar on a keeper. Aguilar looking for room. Aguilar cuts up, finds some room. First down to the 43-yard line.
So I was talking to Coach Perucci about preparing for this Woodlake squad, and he said one thing that kind of helps them is the Woodlake front is very similar to Kennedy's, who they played a couple of weeks ago, and their coverage-wise, they're very similar to Wasco. So they didn't have to reinvent the wheel this week. They went back to old game plans and stuff that was familiar to their kids. So they felt very confident coming in that they'd be able to move the ball tonight.
1st and 10, right below us at the 42-yard line. Avila with the handoff, nothing there. Might have lost a yard if nothing else. And by the way, might I say that Coach Perucci looks like he has a few extra layers on tonight as well. He's got a nice big coat and long sleeve, so he's one to talk.
Good old Coach Perucci. I think he's the only coach in town that can out-punt me.
2nd and 10, another handoff to Avila behind that big, strong line, and look at those guys go. And we've seen it before. That big, strong offensive line. There's Michael Vanderpool, one of the big fellas up there, and another gain of 5 yards, 3rd and 5.
And Coach Perucci loves the zone scheme. The offense is his baby, and they do a great job running it.
Avila looking for the first down. He gets it. The patient run. The stiff arm to the 30. Avila still on his feet to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, great start here for Shafter and the Generals. They're doing exactly what they want to do, going a lot of tempo. You see the receivers hustling out. Coaches signaling things in frantically as they go as fast a tempo as they can.
They're waiting for the sticks to get set. That's the only thing they're waiting for. Once the official blows that whistle, it's on. the fans want the ball snap. Aguilar to the right has Avila blocking for him. Aguilar cuts back up and still on his feet. 8 yards the easy way with great line and a running back just completely paving the way for him.
Yeah, and again, using that tempo helps you get set. I think he needs to work on the conditioning of his chain crew a little bit more and making sure those guys can keep up with this offense.
Literally, it's the only thing they're waiting for is to get set. 2nd and 2. Run on the right hash. Still looking for some space wherever they can get it between those linemen. 3rd and 1 now.
Yeah, we've seen runs on every play so far this drive. The receiver splits are out real wide, which keeps the defenders out of the run lanes. You see them stacked on each side.
There's movement there, and there's a flag, and the Shafter crowd thinks it's encroachment. The Woodlake side thinks that it's on Shafter. It is encroachment. Head coach Jeff Johnson of the Woodlake Tigers not happy with this start.
Yeah, Shafter moving it right down the field. And anytime you got a 3rd and short, you want to at least make them earn it. And jumping off sides there, not real heads up.
1st and goal from the 7. Aguilar on a keeper, looking for space, and he does. He goes in untouched. Touchdown, Generals.
And really good blocking out there by the receivers. And what a lot of people need to realize is if you're going to move the ball consistently in a spread offense, your receivers need to be good blockers. And that was a great job down there by Jake Jackson Sanchez, who's a phenomenal receiver, but him blocking for his buddies.
Here's the PAT. It is up, it is through, it's a beauty. Baruch Valencia pops that in, and in 2 minutes and 31 seconds, Shafter in the end zone.
Well, I think it shows that they had a pretty good game plan coming in. They were able to recycle some of what they did against Kennedy, especially with that defensive front. They're very familiar with it. And, that was entirely on the ground. We're used to Shafter being really balanced, running and throwing. But I think hats off to those offensive linemen who did a great job opening holes.
So once again, everybody, if you're just getting with us, if you just made it to your listening device, if you have just arrived, guess what? You're lucky because at least you're watching this. We have a line of people stretching down East Tulare Street that are still not even in here yet. There are at least 200 people waiting to get in to this football game, and they're already hearing the band play and the bells ring because it's 7-0 Shafter early.
Yeah, this small town atmosphere, you got to understand that how big a deal this is for Shafter. This is the farthest they've ever been undefeated. Last year they had a great squad, but they got knocked out in the semifinal round.
Right
So
here.
this is a big step for them.
You and I called that game. Here it is. Does it stay in? Oh, he catches it at the 22, and he's looking for some space, knocked out of bounds, so not a bad job there by Walter Rodriguez.
Number 35,
Rodriguez
on that return. He was pushed out of
gets to
bounds by
the
number
34-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 34, and here come the Woodlake Tigers, 11-1, 6-0 in league. And to be 11-1, you've got to do a lot of things right. Now they've just kind of had their wake-up call right now, and ironically they have the Wasco colors, the black and orange. More
And they're
on
the
that.
Tigers, yeah.
And they're the Tigers, so more on that a little bit later.
Starting with an empty set here.
Damian Hernandez, the quarterback, a junior. We'll see the first pass of the night. Has a man wide open, and it's caught. The 35-yard line. It's a big, big first down at the 20. And that was a big reception by Victor Magana. And look at the Woodlake crowd. They're like, hey, we're here to play too.
Well, they got a quarterback in Damian Hernandez who's got 69% completions on the year, 2,755 yards passing, 28 touchdowns, and only 9 interceptions. So, a 4-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio is phenomenal. And 69% completions. They know what they're doing when they throw the ball.
1st and 10 at the Shafter 20-yard line. 3 receivers split way out to the right side of your screen.
So watch for a quarterback run in these situations sometimes too. Empty it out to run up the middle.
They're taking their time. Now the line is set. He gets the count for 5 seconds, and he starts to go. He throws quickly. It's caught. A gain of 7 up to about the, well, they're going to say 5 to the 15-yard line, but a quick strike.
I think Alex Aguilar playing the opposite corner. They're throwing away from him. The star quarterback for the Shafter Generals plays on both sides of the ball and does a great job on both sides. A lot of these Shafter guys go both ways, and a lot of these Woodlake guys. So the same guy is going to be competing on you on offense as on defense.
Yeah, both sidelines are not full of players. 2nd and 4, just underway here in the first quarter. It's 7-0 Shafter, but Woodlake knocking on the door.
And Woodlake really slowing the tempo down. The quarterback is watching the back judge for the 5-second signal.
Looks like another pass play to the corner, and looking for a flag, no flag, so that'll make it a 3rd down. Hernandez looking for his prime target so far tonight. Magana incomplete, brings up a 3rd and 4.
So we saw Shafter run the ball every play on their possession. So far, Woodlake's thrown the ball every play, and on a 3rd and 4, probably a chance for them to hard count, but same formation. They're going empty, spreading the Generals out.
Fun for the fans. The ground, the air, scoring. And again, Hernandez just waiting. He waits until that back official starts his count. This time it's a little earlier. Fires one, and it's going to be overthrown and took a big hit at the end. A big hit at the end, but it's incomplete. So we'll see what Coach Johnson wants to do here on his first possession in a semifinal game. They show no signs of a field goal unit coming on. 4th and 4.
Yeah, I noticed that they go for 2 a lot on extra points as well. So I think this is just kind of par for the course for them. But if they get that same look, again, it seems like the middle of the Shafter defense is vulnerable to a quarterback draw.
And, Coach, he's been rushed every time but one. He's been rushed by this defensive front for the Shafter Generals. 4th and 4. Hernandez takes the snap. Does not work. I don't think he'll get it, or will he? No, he won't. He comes up
It's
short.
awful close.
Very, very close. Ooh, boy, let's see. Oh, man, where the spot is.
Number 12, Robert Stevenson on the carry.
Super close. And we're going to have our first officials timeout. And where the ball is and where the marker is, geez, that is going to be a super close one here. It was 4th and 4. They ran that play, Coach, in motion. They put the ball in his hands. And I thought at first it was completely dead in the water, but he cut up field against the grain and was able to get maybe the exact amount he needed for a first down. It is close.
Yeah, they went with that fly sweep action to their receiver, Robert Stevenson, who's 6'2", 180, stretched the ball out and used all that 6'2" frame, and he looks like he got it.
Wow, look at this. Look at this.
First down, Woodlake.
That was all extra effort to get that first down, no question about it. So the Tigers still in business on this first drive, and the line just gets longer and longer down East Tulare Street. There are people lined up for miles to get in here. What a game.
I'll bet a lot of them thought it started at 7:30. Playoff time.
If it's the only game in town, how do they get that wrong?
You should show up when the lights come on.
They were all at the General eating and not bringing me food. 1st and 10. Now they have the big fella, the running back, right on his right hip, Victor Rojas. Again, the fly sweep look, no. Rojas through the middle, and the big, strong running back gets it to the 4-yard line. Wow, Rojas, a senior, 6 foot, 180 pounds.
Yeah, and he comes into this game with 1,141 yards rushing, averaging 9 yards per carry, 20 touchdowns on the season. So this is his territory down here. They like to pound the ball in when they get in red zone situations.
A correction, 5'9". 5'9", I was one name above him. 5'9", 175, and he brought it all there. 2nd and 4. They can still get a first down. They throw it to the corner. It's up, and it's caught. A perfectly thrown ball. Touchdown, Woodlake Tigers. Oh, my goodness. That was a beautiful pass to Brian Cuevas.
Well, you nailed that on the head. That was a perfect throw. You know, you want that ball high into the outside where only your guy can get it. And he put it there, and like we talked about, it looks like they're going to be going for 2. And this is what they've done consistently throughout the year. So it's nothing new for them. And Shafter knew this coming in, that they could expect a whole lot of 2-point conversions if Woodlake scored.
And the uber-talented Jackson Sanchez on the coverage there makes it an even more impressive touchdown pass.
Yeah, it's good coverage.
Here we go. 2-point conversion. Will he keep it? Will he run? Will he do it? And I think he's in. No, he dropped it. He had it for a second, and he dropped it. Magana could not hang on, so it's a 7-6 start. We will take our first break. We'll be back here. First quarter action. What a start for the semifinals, Division 5 at Shafter High School.
Schools Federal Credit Union is here to be your lifelong financial partner. So while your financial life may start out with a Rocky Raccoon account, as you grow, we'll be with you every step of the way. From your first car and everyone thereafter, to investing in your family's future, to buying that special house you'll call home, Kern Schools is here to help. And if you live in Kern County, then you can bank with us. See, we're local just like you. So what we accomplish together benefits our entire community. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
Welcome back, everybody. Fun start to this semifinal game here. Here's the kickoff, and it might go out of bounds. No, what's the call? Oh, it rolled right past the pylon. Wow, that ball had eyes. It just went right past the pylon, inside the pylon, and nice little start here, Coach.
Yeah, very exciting, and both of these offenses are as good as advertised. Woodlake doing it mostly through the air, and Shafter really grinding it out on the ground. Be interesting to see if they had so much success. Are they just going to keep doing that? Or are they going to try and mix it up here and put the ball in the air? I know when you're averaging 49 points a game, you know what you're doing on offense.
I'll tell you what, most of the people that are walking in are going over to that Woodlake side, so I think they found their way here and they found their parking. Now they're finally getting into the stadium. Here's a start to the second drive. It's Avila. Avila down the middle of the football field to the S logo at the 50-yard line. Avila, he's strong, he's crafty, great vision, not afraid to take a hit, of course. And that's a massive chunk of yards right there. 1st and 10, midfield Generals.
Yeah, that General offensive line is doing some work.
Final ball's on the ground. Woo!
Aguilar, the keeper, a little bit of a fumble
They stripped
there.
him, but
Recovered by Shafter. That's going
able to jump in there and make a huge save for his squad.
Boy, and Woodlake needed that. They'd really been behind the 8 ball from the get-go, and this is the first time that Shafter's kind of not on schedule with their drive, a second and very long.
Joel Herrera jumped on that fumble. They go back to Avila. Avila between tackles in the trenches. Gets back to the 46-yard line. Now it's going to be 3rd and 13. Oh, boy, what a huge save by Joel Herrera.
And again, this is the kind of situation that the Woodlake defense thrives on. Like I said, they have 43 sacks coming into the game. That's 4 sacks a game and 18 interceptions. So they are a high-pressure squad.
Low snap. Aguilar fumbles again. He's in trouble. He gets wrapped up at the 45. So quick pressure in there by KC Cruz and Rafa Esparza. And here's a rare, you want to see something rare? Shafter punting. That's rare.
Yeah, and you know, also rare is Aguilar having trouble with a couple snaps. We've covered him a ton this year, and they're a well-oiled machine. And twice there, he struggled keeping possession of the football.
Oh, boy. Haven't seen Shafter punt much at all in the last 2 years. Here's one. It's not a big one. Will it take a bounce? And it does. So it ends up at about the 22-yard line. But the bigger news is that the Woodlake Tigers making some noise over there as their fans continue to scream in. Once again, everybody, this is the Kern High Network's live exclusive coverage of high school athletics here for the Kern High School District. And we are pleased to be with you tonight. I'm Vance Palm. I'm joined by my partner, Rich Cornford, Julian Wilson on camera. And we are riding in the Bentley tonight. Our director-producer, Todd Bentley. Great to have everybody at this nice football game tonight. There are some other football games happening in the community. We'll bring those into the spotlight more in the second quarter as they're underway as well here in the Central Valley. Okay, Woodlake now has the football back. This is their second series. Their quarterback is Damian Hernandez. He starts with Victor Rojas in the backfield with him. 3 receivers on the right side. They go to Rojas. Rojas snags it, makes a move. He's got some real estate. 30-yard line. Rojas cuts back up in the midfield and gets hit at about the 43-yard line. Very good play. Made one good cut, but the big part is he caught that super fast pass. It was a hard throw.
Yeah, it's harder to catch those than you'd think, and then to turn it the right direction and make yards. And he hasn't caught that many balls this year, so that's something that Shafter probably hadn't worked on a whole bunch. But we'll probably see it again because it was so successful for the Tigers.
3 receivers again, the bottom of your screen on the right side of the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10, the ball is at the 42-yard line. 4.5 to go here in this first quarter. Hernandez drops back, looks left the entire time, fires, complete for a 6-yard gain. Let's call it a 5-yard gain. And I will tell you, Leo Fernandez is out there on defense, and he's starting to, he wants one. He's looking for it.
Shafter bringing the heat there. They brought 6 guys on pressure there, playing man coverage behind it, and good quarterbacking there by Damian Hernandez to get that ball out and get a positive completion. When you're playing defense like that, one missed tackle and you got a big play on your hands.
2nd and 6. They gave him 4 on that. Hernandez has a quick word with Rojas. Whispers to him again. They bring it, they come at him, and that's an incomplete pass, but a big hit on Hernandez. He knew it was coming, could see it was coming, and essentially got rid of it over here to the near side.
Yeah, you don't want to take a sack in that situation. I don't know if there was a miscommunication between him and his receiver or if he was throwing that away. But, again, for a quarterback, they got to understand that an incompletion is not the worst thing that can happen to you. There's plenty of things worse than that, and sometimes you just want to live to fight another down, which the Tigers get to do now.
3rd and 6. Big play here for the Shafter defense coach. They spread him out to the right side again. 3 receivers. Rojas is back there with Hernandez.
Man coverage and pressure.
Hernandez fires across the middle. Great defense on a slant play. Brian Suevas thinks he was bothered out there, but it was a perfect play by Felix Chacon. Oh, what a play.
Yeah. Great play by Felix there on that slant route. When you're playing that man coverage, and your blitz on the inside, we've always told our guys, hey, don't give up those hitches and slants. Those are the early outs, easy outs for the offense. And that was a good job playing underneath that.
4th and 6, Woodlake will punt. Back for the Generals, Jackson Sanchez. And it's called off. Sanchez catches it at the 20-yard line. So Shafter defense. Both defenses hold on the second drive of each side of the football.
That was a really nice punt, but what I noticed, the snap, pretty loopy there. If you're going to put some pressure on it, those are the kind you can get. That punter needs to be able to get that ball off in under 2.2 seconds, and I think that took a little long.
You know, Rich, these teams obviously start in August, let's say July, August, working out, June, July, August, in the warm weather, and it's warm here in the valley. And the longer you go, the colder it gets, and that's when some of those things that you just take for granted of great deep snaps and easy PAT snaps, when it starts to get colder, that's the change that they're not used to in the earlier months. Aguilar running to the near side. Aguilar just goes out of bounds. Gain of about 6. Nice job by the Woodlake defense of containing him, but he still gets 6 yards.
Right, and that's the thing, you know, and that's about the 3rd or 4th time Shafter's run that play where they have Aguilar follow the lead block of Pedro Avila over there and just sweep it to the outside, kind of a student body left or student body right look, and it's been successful every time.
They gave him 5. Avila, hard hit at the line of scrimmage, nothing doing that time. So a big hit out there by Walter Rodriguez.
And the last time we saw Shafter in this situation, they had a hard count and they got Woodlake to jump. So wouldn't be surprised if they didn't try and get some free yardage again.
Coach Cornford.
If they're going to give it to you, you got to take it, right? Sometimes you think you're being just too predictable by doing that, but sometimes you get a good read, especially on these teams that stun a lot and slant. They want to get a good get off.
Do we pay him for being that smart, or is he doing this? Is Rich just doing this to be a buddy? Look at Julian. Julian's in awe. He's worshiping over there.
It's 3rd and 4. I mean, as a defensive player, man, as a linebacker, you're always preaching to everybody. Understand the situation. 3rd and 4. Don't jump. Watch the ball.
Not 3rd and 4 anymore. 1st and 10. Aguilar wants to throw. Fires, and it's almost picked off. Nearly picked off. And they waited for it, read it perfectly, and that was almost to the house by Victor Magana.
Well, the secondary is really good. Like I said, they feast on interceptions and turnovers. You know, when you're putting that kind of pressure on quarterbacks, you get sacks. Sacks cause fumbles. Pressure causes interceptions. So that's what they're built for, is that kind of a ball game.
2nd and 10. Aguilar wants to run this time to the right side. He's got a lot of space. He gets the first down. A run of 13 yards.
Whenever you're successful with that particular style of run play, your tackles are doing a really good job of hooking those defensive ends. And I know one of the good tackles for him was a basketball player last year, number 64, or 54, sorry.
Jose Ortiz.
Yeah, Jose Ortiz. He's like 6'3", 220, and moves really well. Real key for them getting the ball outside.
1st and 10 again. The ball is right below us at about the 43-yard line. Aguilar pumps, wants to go deep, but overthrows, and it took Enriquez a little too long to get that route to its fruition. And that's a incomplete play, and all of a sudden now, again, 2nd and 10.
So the last 2 first down plays, Shafter's tried to throw the ball, and the Woodlake secondary is held up on each one of them.
Avila to the near side. Avila cutting back up and picks up a first down to the 45-yard line inside Woodlake territory.
I love Avila's running style. He doesn't waste movement. He's going to put the foot in the ground. He's going to go. He fits in small spaces over there, and he runs so aggressively. He just really the underrated star, I think, of both the offense and the defense.
1st and 10 at the Woodlake 45. Aguilar keeps this time. He cuts back up against the inside hash mark and goes to the 29-yard line. That's a first down. So Woodlake, good football team, but they're dealing with a very, very potent offense.
And when these tempo offenses get rolling, when they get that first down, then they keep pressing the pace. This is when they're most successful. which I think is why Woodlake tries to slow it down so much on offense. They want to keep this Shafter offense off the field, limit their possessions.
2:15 remaining in the first quarter. Aguilar wants to keep it, does keep it, comes over here to the near side. He's still on his feet somehow to the 14-yard line. Wow.
So Woodlake defensively is going to have to make some kind of adjustment because Shafter is getting outside at will with that same run play consistently. And I think if I was coaching Woodlake, I'd have either my defensive end or outside linebacker that was on the same side as the running back play a little wider. We call it an ability shade. If they're able to hook you, then you don't have enough ability to play that tight. Play looser, play wider.
Well, I don't want to harp on it, but man, they move the ball so quickly when they're grooving. Aguilar. Flag on the play. It's complete down there to Marco Rodriguez, and I believe it's going to be on Woodlake anyway. And Aguilar took a big pop after the play, and he was hit by a very, very large Tiger.
Flag on the play.
And it is.
Against Woodlake. First down, Shafter.
So then they rolled to the right, and he hit the slot receiver with a 10-yard out route. Very good timing on that. He threw that ball actually before the receiver had made his break, and a heck of a good catch, even while being interfered with.
Avila strolls in untouched. Touchdown, Shafter.
Well, Shafter's run game is really carrying him here, and again, Perucci's doing a good job. I understand that they're not stopping the run game. Let's just keep pounding them with Avila and Aguilar. That's a pretty good combination.
13-6, an important PAT. The snap, and it is not long, but good. 14-6, they're up 8 with 1:43 in the first quarter. The Generals taking care of business here. 2 out of 3 drives, and now let's see what the Tigers can do from Woodlake.
Boy, exciting start to the game, and I'm glad that there was really no wind, because if that kick had been against the wind, I don't know if it would have made it. Looked like my 9-iron.
Coach Rich Cornford, longtime head coach at West High School, started the program at Frontier High School, is now serving as the head coach for the Ridgeview Kroshoff Wolfpack, and we're fortunate enough to have him now, second full season with us here on the Kern High Network. You know, when I do different games with different guys, I get different texts or different messages, certainly. Whenever I'm working with you, they're always so elegant. The texts are so uplifting, adoring. I'm not saying that some of my other partners who may be listening tonight don't get that. Let's get those, but Rich Cornford, a loved man in Kern County. Here we go. An 8-iron to the 20-yard line. Not a bad return, up to about the 37-yard line.
Yeah, and Shafter's pooching it to that corner every time. They've got 5 guys from the sideline to the hash lined up, and they're doing a good job of covering, but Woodlake doing a good job of getting the yards they can get. I do have the first update date of the night. Bakersfield High 7, Fresno Central 7.
Wow. In unison, the Bentley's giving it to me too. 7-7. Come on, Drillers. Woo. 1:35 remains here in the first quarter. Woodlake. And now on the run is Hernandez. Hernandez runs up to about the 34-yard line. Keeps it himself. How's he with his legs?
He's good with his legs. He's run for 236 yards this year, so most of his runs come off of scrambles. They don't design a ton of runs for him, but that's pretty typical for him. He can run, but he prefers to do it with his arm.
Went out of bounds, so 1:28 remaining in this first quarter.
Shafter did a good job there of showing all man coverage and then sliding Aguilar to the deep safety spot late. I think threw the quarterback off a little bit.
2nd and 8. They only gave him 2 on that run. Thought he had more. He drops back, fires. This time it's a slant. A lot of bodies over there. I think initially it was intended for Cuevas, but he also had
It's going to be 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
right there next to him,
Right in front of me for the general's headquarters for a banana split.
Luis Lopez. Sorry.
Bring me a penny.
Well, just watching the pass rush, boy, Jose Ortiz, we talked about him as an offensive tackle. He's playing defensive tackle too. He is getting off the ball and bringing pressure every time. And that's pretty impressive for a 220-pounder to do that on both sides of the ball. He's a good get.
3rd and 8. It's a big 3rd down here for Woodlake if they want to keep everything going here. Puts a man in motion, fakes it to him. Hernandez in trouble, throws, has to get rid of it, nothing doing. Great coverage there anyway. So that is a 3 and out. They're going to have to punt the football again.
Looks like the Shafter defense has settled in a little bit, made a few adjustments. They're doing a great job covering people. They're getting pressure with 4 these last couple plays, so that certainly helps.
4th and 8, they'll punt again.
And Woodlake's missing a guy. Here he comes.
Easter Bunny is on the sideline shooting T-shirts, so pay attention. And if you're in the parking lot, your chances are pretty good based on his history.
Okay, 4th and 8, they're going to have to punt. Jackson Sanchez deep.
That should have been a flag for not enough men on the line.
And Sanchez wants it. He'll take it at the 30. He's got a lot of real estate down that far side. He cuts back up, and he safely goes out of bounds inside Tiger territory at the 43.
And we mentioned it before that, you know, there have been times this season when we've seen teams compete with Shafter, but then all of a sudden Shafter go on a 5-minute run where they score 21 points. You know, great field position right here. We could be seeing one of those right now.
Last week's game, I was getting texts, wow, this is turning into a football game. Then, as you say, 3 possessions later, like, oops, we're in running clock.
Yeah, North High was actually up on them and stymieing Shafter for the first quarter and a half, and all of a sudden Shafter scored 3 or 4 touchdowns the last 6 minutes of the first half.
We're nearly at the end of the first quarter, and there is still a line outside. Still a line down East Tulare.
Pedro Avila.
Avila to about the 40-yard line, a gain of 5.
Looks like you picked up about 4 on that. We're going to go that 2nd and 6.
Yeah, they got that little counter series with Avila, and the sweep series with Aguilar have been real successful for them tonight. So if they were going to run a sweep, they'd run it to their left.
2nd and 6. Avila swallowed up the line of scrimmage. Oh, goodness. That guy is big, Rich, but Johan Reyes, 6'2", 220, still couldn't get Avila to the ground.
Yeah, he's as tough as they come.
3rd and 6, excuse me.
All right, so interesting. If Coach Perucci has decided this is 4-down territory, he's likely to continue running it here.
3rd and 7, no gimme. Aguilar wants to throw, drops back. It's a slant inside, and it's Chacon. Chacon gets the first, but a huge block right out in the middle of everywhere, so we all saw it. A great job blocking out there by Jose Ortiz. There's that basketball player. Man, what a block.
He's got a motor, too. He's very physical. You think, you know, sometimes basketball players aren't always the toughest guys in the world, but I'll bet he's a heck of a good rebounder.
That'll do it for the first quarter. It is 14-6. The Generals up 8. We'll be back on Kern High Network.
Every team trains hard. Every team prepares to win. But when U.S. Army soldiers take the field, it's best if the other guys don't bother showing up. See if you have what it takes at GoArmy.com/team.
California's largest Buick GMC dealer, Motor City, has the best offer on your new professional-grade GMC Sierra. Get up to $7,500 in total savings on the Sierra 2500 or 3500 HD Crew Cab Denali. Or drive away the Sierra half-ton Crew Cab SLT with up to $11,000 in savings. Go online to MotorCityGMC.com for all the details. Welcome to the city, Motor City.
Welcome back, everybody. Vance Palm alongside Rich Cornford. On a 1st and 10, the Generals are going to throw. They've got some room. Jackson Sanchez. Oh, he makes a big move. That's going to be a touchdown. Touchdown, Generals.
Well, in basketball, they call it posterizing somebody. He just put a little head fake there and faked him out of his shorts.
Boy, he did.
Jackson Sanchez is an incredible football player. He'll be the leader of this team next year. He's just a junior, but 71 receptions coming in for 1,259 yards, and that'll be his 15th touchdown on the year. I mean, crazy good numbers.
What a move. What a move. That PAT is up and it's good, so some separation early here. 21-6 at the start of this second quarter, so we've seen Woodlake's offense strike. We've seen him move the ball, but you cannot give Shafter too many chances.
No, because if you get in a shootout with them, they'll put up 100. You know, and Shafter's defense has really done a good job the last couple possessions. And again, they got that ball with really good field position. So, again, great job. Shafter scored touchdowns now on 3 of their 4 possessions. And to already have 4 possessions in just basically 1 quarter, pretty amazing. Woodlake wants to slow this thing down, but they're going to get in a spot where they're going to have to try to speed up just to try and match him.
Liberty score, what do you have?
6-0 Buchanan over Liberty, and 7-0 Wasco over Golden West of Visalia. And I think Rigetti is beating Stockdale 14-0 right now over there on the coast.
Returnable. Oh, fumbled. Looking for some room. He's got a seal if he can cut up against it. Look at this. It might be the kicker that drags him down, so a nice job. Magana took it in real yardage, about 50 yards. In vertical yards, about 10 yards.
Yeah, and then, you know, he got it to the 35, so that's pretty darn good. You know, we had talked about them last time, just really attacking straight downfield. This time Shafter maybe over-pursued just a little bit, and he was able to get pretty good field position for the Tigers.
Jumped up like an eager school kid and won this combo. Probably because he might have been on the team.
1st and 10.
The right answer was number 1962.
Hernandez brings Cuevas right in front of him in motion, hands it to Cuevas. Cuevas in big trouble. Big loss. 6 yard at least.
Great penetration there by the Shafter General defense. Jose Ortiz is having himself a ball game tonight.
Uh-oh. Coach Cornford, the early shot across the bow for Tony's Pizza, player of the game. I know you.
Like those linemen.
Beautiful half moon tonight. It'll be full this Friday night, the night after Thanksgiving. How special is that? 2nd and 15.
Shafter in cover 0.
Stevenson in motion this time. They try to run right up the middle, nothing doing. And now the Shafter defense, you know, they got scored on early in the first quarter, and that's not something they enjoyed at all. So they are trying to send a clear message to the opponents on the other side of the football and all the fans that are still piling in. Hey, we're here too.
Well, when your defense only gives up 9 points a game, you know, they're so overshadowed by what their offense does. But their defense has been phenomenal all year long, and they play with pride, and they didn't like that first touchdown scored on them either.
3rd and 13, 3 receivers to the right side of your screen, left side of scrimmage. Hernandez drops straight back, could be a screen play, but he's on the run. He's going to have to go a long ways to pick up a first down. He's not even close. Not even close. It'll be 4th and 12 at least. And Jackson Sanchez is jogging back to his 35. He wants another shot as a return.
Well, again, great pressure put on by that front line of the Shafter Generals. It looked like they spent maybe 5 on that last play, and quarterback broke contain a little bit, but they had enough speed to knock him out of bounds before he could gain anything.
There's the perfect snap we're looking for, and this is definitely returnable if he gets there. Oh, wow, he kicked it away from everybody, and it takes a big Woodlake bounce to the 20-yard line. He kicked it completely away from Jackson Sanchez, and there's nobody over there.
Yeah, Sanchez maybe needs to play a little bit deeper. This punter's got a good leg and gets a good spiral on the ball. Well, the Generals are going to have to work for this one. They're going to have to go full 80 if they're going to put another touchdown on the board. Good job by the Woodlake special teams there.
BHS playing tonight, Liberty playing tonight.
Bakersfield Christian playing tonight.
The Eagles playing.
I think the Eagles were up early against Kingsburg.
Stockdale's at Santa Maria Rigetti. Run play for the Generals. Wasco, as you mentioned, is at Golden West in Visalia. Kennedy at Carruthers. Great article today about all the SSL, as you talked about.
No, that is a legit league. I mean, all those teams in that league doing so well in the playoffs.
The quarterback, Aguilar, and a keeper, looking, just being patient, going downfield. Gets all the way up to the 40-yard line. A huge first down again.
I think the Woodlake defense getting a little bit frustrated right now with the yards they're giving up. Like I said, they came in only giving up 12 points a game. They've already given up 21 in a quarter and a third. So they're not used to people driving on them like this.
And I think if there was a salient point that would be made about this football game early, it is that. Like, Woodlake is, you can read about it, you can watch film, you can hear about it, but when it happens to you and it continues to happen to you, you're like, oh man, this is what they're talking about. How about that? Oh man.
Oh boy, that was a great throw though.
Ooh, Marco Rodriguez dropped the dime right in his hands. Oh, was that, sorry, Jackson Sanchez. Thought that was Rodriguez. That was a beauty.
Well, talking about Woodlake's game plan, the philosopher Mike Tyson had said that everybody's got a plan until you punch him in the mouth.
Exactly right.
And Shafter certainly landed a couple big punches.
Doubles on both sides. Aguilar puts it in Avila's hand. Avila cuts. Oh, nice tackle. Got him in the ankles as
Pedro Sanchez. Looks like he picked up about Pedro Avila.
I thought he was going to say, he said Pedro Sanchez. I said, man, I got to look over my roster here. I have never met a Pedro Sanchez yet on the general squad. So it was Avila. Got tripped up. Makes it 3rd and 8. 9 minutes to go here in the half. 21-6 Shafter.
Huge play here for Woodlake.
Aguilar connects. Sanchez. Look at this. I believe he stepped out of bounds. Way shorter than the crowd over here thinks.
Yeah, he did. Now let's see if Shafter at the very least tries to hard count here.
Okay, so it's a 4th and 3. They get up to the ball quickly, and let's see if Aguilar does it again. He did. This time nobody jumped. Nice job by the coaching staff over there for Woodlake.
They're going to be aggressive. They're going for it.
Aguilar wants to keep it himself. They try to get him, and they will not. First down.
Well,
flag, late hit. And we haven't seen a lot of flags tonight. It's been a pretty clean game, but I think Aguilar took the hit outside.
Yeah, and that play, that's the same play that's been money in the bank for him. They ran it to the short side of the field that time, picked it up, and then it did look like he got hit late by a couple Woodlake Tigers who probably pretty frustrated about giving up a 4th down on a key play.
Dead ball, personal foul against Woodlake.
I believe the white hat is a very authoritative white hat here in our community. Carries a lot of weight. Another highly respected professional in our community. And another flag. Flag from the line judge right up against the Woodlake sideline, and he may have heard something that he did not appreciate. Uh-oh.
You know, while they work that out, I'd like to thank Greg's Petroleum.
I don't know if that's just going to be a
Maybe
sideline warning.
Sideline warning. Let's see. I don't know. Oh, and they're going to call Coach Perucci over, and Coach Perucci probably wants to know why he's even being brought over here.
Well, Coach Perucci just wants to snap the ball here. You know,
exactly.
His tempo is flowing right now.
That's kind of what I meant. You know, basically he's like, well, hold on a second. We want to roll.
Yeah,
here,
blow
fellas.
that whistle.
Yeah, let's go. All right, and they've done it. So the flag came out, but the ball hasn't moved since the other.
It was a sideline warning.
There you go. 1st and 10. Aguilar keeps it. Ton of real estate. Looking for some more space. The vision, the poise, the patience. Now another move. Look at this. And the dejection on 2 of the Woodlake Tigers as they remain on the grass. Face masks buried in the grass. They're doing all they can, and it's not enough.
It's not enough. And Marco Rodriguez, who had an absolutely huge game last week with, I think, 3 touchdowns and an interception, he is out there blocking his tail off. You can't say enough about the team effort that the Shafter Generals are doing. From their offensive line to their receiver to the quarterback to their running back, their defense, everybody's contributing and playing their tails off.
The PAT is up, and it's good. We will take a break. 28-6. Shafter starting to get rolling here on KernHighNetwork.com.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile, and I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools. Together, we have something special.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile, and I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools. Together, we have something special.
There are over 100 places to get pizza in Kern County, but only 4 are good enough to be called Tony's. So what's the Tony's Pizza difference? We're not giving away our secrets, but the proof is in the pizza. Tony's Spicy Mexicana, the mouth-watering Hawaiian, the award-winning Chili Verde, and so many more. Trust us, you'll find your favorite. If you want great pizza, you can play the numbers game, or you can get it right the first time. Tony's Pizza, 3 locations in Bakersfield and 1 in Shafter.
Hey, a couple quick scores here. Bakersfield High 21, Fresno Central 14, Liberty 7, Buchanan 6. That would set up a rematch of the Drillers and the Patriots if those scores can hold. Stockdale 0, Santa Maria Rigetti 14. We kick the ball off here.
Woodlake trying to get things going here. Take it at the 20.
Number 3, Brian Cuevas on the
Brian
return.
Cuevas will get it up to about the 33-yard line. So what started out with a 1-2 punch from each team has turned into about a 6-rounder so far for the Shafter Generals. They just do everything right, and during that short break that we were on, you just told me, Vance, when every person on the field is playing hard, it's going to be tough to beat these guys.
Yeah, and they're in great shape. They play hard every snap. I was telling you, some teams have a tendency to take plays off when they're going both ways, but not the Generals.
All right, a pitch out here to the near side. Cut back up against the grain. That's a nice looking play for Woodlake. And that's going to be a first down. A nice gain up there to about the 43-yard line inside Generals territory. That's Victor Rojas. Well, that looked nice.
Yeah, it did. And the Woodlake defense needs the Woodlake offense to possess the ball here for a little while. We saw the best defense Woodlake played was after their own offense had done a long drive and scored a touchdown. Since that time, when their offense goes 3 and out, they've given up touchdowns every time. So this is good for both sides of the ball here for Woodlake.
8:22 remaining in the half. Rojas again tries to go in between the guards on the near hash right here. No gain. That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Sanchez and number 15, Nate Gonzalez.
And Woodlake's got some stout offensive linemen in there, but, you know, for Shafter, typically their defensive line is going to be outweighed by the opponent's offensive line, but they are quick and fast off the ball, and they cause teams a lot of headache with their penetration.
No gain, 2nd and 10, under 8 to go here in this first half. It's 28-6. The Shafter Generals right now over the Woodlake Tigers. Woodlake stands still filling up. People still getting here. Here's Hernandez. He wants to go downtown. He lets it fly, and it's broken up. Great defensive effort out there. A really nice play by Marco Rodriguez.
Yeah, good coverage on the play. Good pass protection by the Woodlake line that time. Quarterback had time to set up and step into his throw, and he threw a good ball, but just really good coverage across the board.
Intended out there for Harabia. Great play, 3rd and 10.
All right, if I'm Woodlake here, I'm thinking already this might be 4-down territory. Might go back to that little swing pass they threw to the back earlier in this situation. Try and pick up, you know, at least half of it here.
Rojas is next to Hernandez, and in motion goes Stevenson. Stevenson is going to throw. Now Stevenson lets it fly, and it is caught. Oh, goodness. Touchdown, Brian Cuevas.
Number 3, Brian Cuevas, touchdown Woodlake.
Stevenson comes across. They give him the ball. He plants his foot. He fires one. And how about the hands of Cuevas?
Good, strong hands. Went over the top there to make that catch over there. And, you know, Cuevas is 6 foot 180.
That's 2 for him.
Yeah, he's got 932 yards receiving and now 14 touchdowns. He knows how to get the football.
Oh, goodness. What a catch. How about Robert Stevenson, the senior? He is a quarterback. He's a wide receiver quarterback. He plays both spots. But at 6'2", able to stand in there and fire that shot. So a dual threat back there at the QB spot. And again, they're going for 2, as Rich mentioned early in the game. This is their MO. And this is a big, big one. Keep them within 2 touchdowns. They give it to Rojas. Can Rojas get in? He does. How about that?
Number 24.
How about that? So just when you think
the 2-point conversion is good,
that things are dire for the Tigers, bam, they come back in a big way.
Yeah, they show how explosive they can be. So, you know, great job by Woodlake getting man coverage and saying, hey, we're going to put the ball up to our best guy and see if he can come down with it. And he came down with that last one despite there was good coverage on that play. But hey, they got good players too, and he just made a heck of a good play there.
How about this? 28-14, 7:23 to go. And now the coaching staff letting the core of the defense know they're not real thrilled with that, as the defense comes off the field and the kickoff return team comes up. All of a sudden, they put Jackson Sanchez now over here at the 30-yard line. He's expecting the 8-iron. Let's see what happens. The kicker, by the way, is Alan Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz. This one too far. Flags fly. That's going to be an offsides. And so even though Jackson Sanchez had moved up here to stand at this 30, they kicked it over him as well.
Cheerleaders, especially birthday girl captain Alexis Pickering.
Yeah, and it real interesting. Shafter has been moving the ball at will here. You know, you've played great defense all year long, but they like I said, they depend on pressure, and we really haven't seen Aguilar get a whole lot of pressure because they haven't put him in passing situations. They've been running the ball on him, and so you got a defense built to rush the passer, but they're not throwing it; they're running it on you.
Speaking of Aguilar, he's going through another tutorial with both his head coach and his defensive coach. And here comes Avila, thrown out of bounds at about the 32-yard line, 33-yard line. So 7:16 to go in this first half, 28-14. Woodlake answers with a big touchdown.
If I'm guessing what Coach Perucci is talking to Aguilar about defensively, it's as the free safety, play over the top of number 3, Brian Cuevas, because he's their guy. You know, in those situations, let's double cover him and make somebody else make the big play, because we've already seen that guy make a big one.
The ball is on this near hash at the 34. We've got a timeout on the field. We'll stay here. Great to have everybody with us here on Kern High Network. What a season it's been. Some great football, some great volleyball. Kevin Willie was at Stockdale High School last week for the Stockdale Marching Band competition. We've had a lot of great action here in this 2018-2019 season. Just around the corner, we have some basketball, have some wrestling, so get ready for that. Thanksgiving coming up. By the way, Todd, go ahead and have that last bite. You can have the last bite. No, sure you were. Sure you were. Hey, Julian, Todd saved. I didn't want that very last little bite, so you can have that. Cornford with his burgers. Bentley with his pasta. Hot, warm, steaming pasta. No, you don't get it. I brought the hot chocolate for everybody. It's Thanksgiving, not thanks-taking. Gave your bodyguard my gloves. It never ends. The next time somebody brings me food will be the first time somebody brings me food. Here we go.
Hey, if we're in here next week.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Best steak in town.
Julian said, give the man what he wants to. He'll shut up. All right, dude. Here we go. Hard count. And just like that, that's brilliant coaching. Love it. Just love it after the timeout. Defense comes back on the field, pumped up, ready to go, wants to attack, and the hard count. First and 5.
A great move to do it on first down. You know, we saw him do it on a couple third downs. They might start expecting that. Good call on first down. You love 1st and 5. See if they attack here.
Here we go. Aguilar wants to bomb it. Oh, wide open. Has a man wide open. And will he score? He will score. Felix Chacon.
Well, Felix Chacon had just given up the touchdown on the other side. He was the defender on that play. Comes back, short memory, and makes a huge play himself. And like we said, so many times after something like that, when you got a short yard situation, you want to attack. Use that 1st and 5 to your advantage. And he had 3 steps on the defender. Shafter can score in a hurry.
34-14. After the timeout, a hard count makes it a 1st and 5. Then a perfect strike touchdown. Here comes the PAT. It's up and it's through. We'll take a break. 7:06 remains in the half, and Shafter answers again.
California's largest Buick GMC dealer, Motor City, has the best offer on your new professional-grade GMC Sierra. Get up to $7,500 in total savings on the Sierra 2500 or 3500 HD Crew Cab Denali. Or drive away the Sierra half-ton Crew Cab SLT with up to $11,000 in savings. Go online to MotorCityGMC.com for all the details. Welcome to the city, Motor City. California's largest Buick GMC dealer, Motor City, has the best offer on your new professional-grade GMC Sierra. Get up to $7,500 in total savings on the Sierra 2500 or 3500 HD Crew Cab Denali. Or drive away the Sierra half-ton Crew Cab SLT with up to $11,000 in savings. Go online to MotorCityGMC.com for all the details. Welcome to the city, Motor City.
All right, so we just heard that was Alex Aguilar's 61st touchdown, either running or throwing, a 61-yarder there. And the record for Kern County is 62, held by Brandon Jones, who played quarterback for Coach Perucci at Bakersfield Christian.
Here's the kickoff, taken at the 17-yard line by Cuevas. Cuevas brought down at the 32-yard line. So you think about that. Coach Perucci, head coach for both of these prolific scorers who have no defense they're afraid of. And we may see the record broken tonight, Rich.
Well, if Coach Perucci wants to put on a coaching clinic, I'd be the first one to attend, because I love what he's doing offensively, and he obviously knows his stuff. That's no coincidence that he's got the top 2 guys now putting up those kind of numbers. All right, Woodlake has to respond right now.
7 minutes exactly left here in this first half. Hernandez in the shotgun. 3 receivers to his right. He drops straight back, has a nice pocket. Oh, but it collapses quickly because Colby Miller, the sophomore, 6'2", 220 sophomore, Coach Cornford.
Well, that's his 7th sack of the year coming in. He's a guy that he plays center for him also, just a sophomore, playing both ways. He was the guy that filled in, at the beginning of the year. I remember saying, hey, he's the replacement for Big Hoss. How is he going to do? Well, he's done pretty darn good.
I just saw Coach Perucci with a bit of a grin. He walked by one of his coaching staff members and just kind of grinned. I think it's probably thinking there's a lot more of that coming, Vance.
Yeah, this Shafter program is built for the long haul. Obviously, this year is a peak, but they're good at all levels.
Hernandez fires down the far side, has a man, and incomplete. And Hernandez took another big hit, no flag, and was hit again by Colby Miller. So the Colby Miller train on the tracks.
Now, Shafter needs to be aware of where Brian Cuevas lines up here. He's the guy that scored the touchdown on the last 3rd and long situation. This is 3rd and very long, but if Woodlake can get him in a one-on-one situation, I'm going to put it up to him. He's number 3.
It's 3rd and, is it 2nd or 3rd? Yeah, 3rd and 18. And they are deep in their own territory. Ball at the 24.
Shafter showing cover 0.
Hard count. And they're going to get 5 back, so it'll bring up 3rd and 13.
Looks like offside Shafter. That'll cost them 5 yards. It's going to make it.
Good job by Woodlake. One thing that does is if you vary the count, it's going to slow that pass rush down. If these pass rushers think they can time the count, then you have no advantage offensively. Offensively, you have 2 advantages. You know where the ball's going, and you know when it's going to be put in play. If you're not changing snap counts, then you're losing one of the big advantages an offense has.
6:04 remains in the first half. 35-14. Wow. 49 points on the board already in total. Oh, movement by the wide receiver Cuevas, so it's going to go right back again. Ay, ay, ay.
And I think what Shafter has decided to do is they're going to put Aguilar over on Cuevas and challenge their best athlete with their best athlete. So we'll see how that matchup breaks up. If they stay in cover 0 there's no safety help. You're one-on-one. You got to watch out for, picks and rubs and everything else sneaky those offenses do.
3rd and 18 again. 2 receivers split out to both sides for Hernandez. One goes in motion, he fakes it, he drops back. Hernandez in trouble, fires, and that's going to be picked off. Or is it? Cuevas makes the catch. Can he get to the end zone? He does. It's a touchdown again for Woodlake. Oh, wow. 2 defenders on him, and Cuevas ends up with the football. 3rd touchdown already.
Shafter had that defended exactly how they wanted to. Woodlake motioned. Aguilar did not go with the motion guy. Instead, they double-teamed Cuevas. The linebacker picked up the motion guy. So Woodlake didn't have what they wanted. They didn't have the one-on-one, but a great play by Cuevas to snatch that ball away from 2 defenders and then take it in for the score.
And Hernandez was under duress. The second he let go, he got popped as well. So, goodness. 5:51 remaining here in the half, and it's 35-20, and here comes another 2-point conversion. Rojas on the right hip of Hernandez. Hernandez, can they get Rojas in again? Not this time. Not a very imaginative effort that time on that 2-point conversion.
It looked like the same play they tried last time, and Shafter slanted into it.
So it's a 15-point difference now. 35-20. We'll take a short break here on Kern High Network.
Every team trains hard. Every team prepares to win. But when U.S. Army soldiers take the field, it's best if the other guys don't bother showing up. See if you have what it takes at GoArmy.com/team.
Here we go, the kickoff there. It rolls by him, struggles to pick it up. Breaks a couple tackles, but boy, great coverage by Woodlake. They're going to pin the Shafter Generals back inside their own 10-yard line.
Oohs and ahs all the way around, Rich. That's all I could hear from the Shafter crowd. Ooh, oh, ooh, oh, oh. All of a sudden, 5:45 to go in the half, and little slip-ups like that just it keeps you from putting the nails in the coffin.
Yeah, but again, whether it's been 40 yards or 80 yards so far, Shafter has been hot on offense, scoring 5 touchdowns on their 6 possessions.
They probably like the fact that they can go 91 yards. And looks like it's going to come the easy way for the first 5. Again, they get Woodlake to jump. So now it'll be an 88-yard drive. Ball's at the 12-yard line. Aguilar in the shotgun. He'll take it himself. Runs to the far left. And Aguilar, he lost his footing for a second.
Aguilar and the keeper.
And that's the best that the Woodlake defense has played against that quarterback sweep all night long, holding it to just 1 yard. Shafter been consistently getting 8 to 12 yards on that play. So looks like Woodlake probably has made an adjustment there, but Shafter does so many things well. It's tough to adjust them all.
2nd and 4, Avila with the handoff, and hard to bring down. Oh, what a great run.
Let's go, Pedro, first down, Shafter.
Before anybody starts to get on my case and say, come on, I want to tell you, not every last nuance of Barry Sanders, but he runs a lot like him. He doesn't have well, he almost does have the video game-esque style to him, but boy, he runs a lot like Barry Sanders. He's in between those guards and tackles. The vision, I think he's a great running back. Yeah,
well, you nailed it. His vision is really good. He's patient. When he sees a hole, though, he attacks it. And he doesn't guess. Sometimes you got guys that looks like they just close their eyes and run. He clearly has really good vision.
We have a player down for the Woodlake Tiger squad. And what we'll do for this quick moment is take a quick break and let our great sponsors and corporate partners jump in here. Back in a moment.
Schools Federal Credit Union is here to be your lifelong financial partner. So while your financial life may start out with a Rocky Raccoon account, as you grow, we'll be with you every step of the way. From your first car and everyone thereafter, to investing in your family's future, to buying that special house you'll call home, Kern Schools is here to help. And if you live in Kern County, then you can bank with us. See, we're local just like you. So what we accomplish together benefits our entire community. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
Okay, great to see that Tiger up, and that was one of their valuable guys out there. So we are back. 35-20 is the score. 1st and 10. Avila just picked up that big first down. Aguilar tried to get everybody to jump. They did not. Almost. Almost. But he looks over to the sidelines. Aguilar wants to throw, has all the time in the world, and has his last option open in Jackson Sanchez, and that's a great last option. Look at all the moves.
Yeah, here we're seeing the Jackson Sanchez show there. Great job again by the Shafter General offensive line, giving him time. And then great job by Aguilar finding Sanchez crossing the middle late. One thing I'd say if I was coaching Sanchez, hey, keep that ball a little tighter to your body. He was letting that ball swing all around. We want to keep that thing till we score.
The patience of Aguilar hanging in there. What protection he had. And then he floats it out to, of all people, Sanchez. Now Aguilar, quick to the left, cuts up against the grain, right over the S of the Shafter. Flag on the play, looking for some more room, gets brought down to the 47-yard line, but a flag on the play thrown by the White Hat himself behind all the action, and it is holding against the Generals. With 4:18 remaining in this first half, a 15-point lead for most teams in the semifinals at home. they're thinking, all right, we're feeling pretty good. Not the Generals. They want more.
Yeah, all gas, no brakes. They're going to keep applying the pressure here. And that was a just nice little change up there. I know it got called back with the holding call, but we've seen Aguilar run that quarterback sweep every time following his running back. That time they went opposite, and I think they caught Woodlake kind of guessing there.
Okay, 1st and 12 after the hold. Aguilar drops back, wants to throw, fires one across the middle, and it is incomplete. Just over the outstretched arms of Isaac Enriquez. Couldn't get it. Bring up a 2nd and 12. And I know this is one of those, oh, really, Vance comments? But, man, there's such a fierce battle going on right now in the trenches. They are.
Yeah, these guys, you're exactly right. They are battling in there, and it's every time. And some of them are going both ways, so they're seeing each other on both sides of the ball.
Woodlake is doing everything they can to get to Aguilar and Avila, and this time they do. They hold him to no gain, and that's big news for Woodlake. No gain for.
Looks like he's going to make that 3rd and 9 to go.
Yeah, so big down here, 3rd and 9. We've seen the tunnel screen the last time Shafter was in this position. We've seen it throughout the year, really. That's one of their favorite things to do on 3rd and long. But they've already called it once. I don't know if they'll call it in back-to-back 3rd and long situations here.
3.5 to go in the half. 35-20. 3rd and 9 for. Oh, bad snap. Aguilar has to scoop it up like a shortstop. Now he's in trouble. Flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be a holding. The pass is dropped, so here will be an interesting call here for the Woodlake coaching staff. 3rd and 9, do you decline it?
Yes. You're going to decline it, make it 4th down because they're going to punt the ball. You do not want to give Aguilar another snap.
How do you know?
Well, I don't know for sure, and I've been wrong before. But if I'm just thinking from my own experience, if I'm coaching against him and they're 4th and 9 and I know they're going to punt the ball right now, I am going to decline that penalty.
What I'm saying is, how do you know they'll punt?
Well, watching Shafter all year long, typically with this many yards to go on this part of the field, Coach Perucci would punt.
There you go, Coach Cornford.
Yeah, and sometimes you can get real greedy when you have an offense that can score like they can score, and you sometimes do some foolish stuff. But for the most part, their defense has been playing pretty well. Force Woodlake to take the long field.
How about this? The Drillers up right now, 21-14 over Central. The Patriots up over Buchanan, 14-13. Thank you, Todd. Not a good punt for Shafter, but it takes a decent bounce down to about the 23-yard line. They got all that one. They got as much out of it as they could is what I'm trying to say. So we have the Drillers and the Patriots up right now. Can you imagine? I don't even want to talk about it because I don't want to jinx anything. But it is what it is right now. Those two powerhouse teams up by a few points or 1 point. That's big-time football right now.
Well, I think they said the last time that a Division I game was played between two Bakersfield teams was 1988, which was BHS versus West in what was a classic game.
About 100,000 people at Memorial Stadium. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 for Woodlake. Can you imagine if they cut into this lead right before the end of the first half? Rojas with a pitch, and he gets about a yard out of it. Had to cut back up against the grain just to get that yard.
Now, Shafter has shown play-by-play that they are the better team, but those long yardage situations, they haven't been able to get off the field the last 2 times when Brian Cuevas has just single-handedly taken them to the woodshed.
And if you get a nice garage edition, you can go down to Richland Chevrolet.
Clock is ticking. 2:40.
And as long as they're, you don't want to give Shafter the ball back with anything more than a minute left on the clock.
2nd and 8. The count is on for Woodlake to get the snap off. Look out, Miller's all over him. Now Hernandez looking for some space. Oh, big block, huge block.
You might see Shafter call a timeout here.
Oh, man. Robert Stevenson laid out Jose Ortiz. Those are two big boys going at it right there. You're talking about Stevenson, 6'2", 200. Jose, 6'3", 200. And Stevenson's the one that threw that touchdown pass. Jose's the basketball player. Some great athletes going at it, and Jose's going to walk over here just for a second to the sidelines.
I'd like to thank American
Yeah, he's been going both ways hard all night long. Took a shot there.
Tough kid. I think even more than anything is
ego's hurt a little bit.
Yeah, he wants to get back out there.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said it.
Well, he is
you
a tough
read my
kid.
mind.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
He wants another shot in between the whistles. So 3rd and long here. Then again, the last 2 times we've seen 3rd and long, we've seen deep passes thrown to Brian Cuevas for touchdowns. So last time Shafter had him doubled, and that wasn't good enough.
Okay, 3rd and 13, 1:55 remaining. Shafter.
Cuevas is number 3. He's down at the bottom here.
The Generals show 4 up front. Hernandez drops back, gets out of trouble. He can pick up the first down. Oh, he doesn't go. If he stays in the middle of the football field, he gets the first down, but he tried to come back towards us, and that kept him from getting the first. And I thought Damian Hernandez just knew where he was supposed to go to get the first, but he did not. But it doesn't matter, holding anyway on Woodlake, so it's a moot point. And Ortiz coming back into the game.
Well, now, boy, that would have brought up about a 4th and 4 there. I think Woodlake would have punted. We've seen him throw the ball up to Cuevas here. I'd be real leery if I was Shafter at taking this penalty. It does help you field position-wise because it's about a 20-yard difference there. So that does make a lot of sense. But, man, I'm afraid of that jump ball to Cuevas. But you get a stop here, you're going to have the ball with about 1:30 left, probably at midfield, if not better. So
wow.
I definitely understand Perucci's thinking there. But, boy, I'm putting some safeties back deep on this one. And I'm a guy that likes pressure, but I'm not going to let Cuevas go 1-on-1 or maybe 1-on-2.
3rd and 30, deep in their own territory. Hernandez looks to throw on a slant, does. It's complete out to the 12-yard line.
All right, Shafter should call a timeout, and Perucci is.
Pass complete to number 3, Brian Cuevas. Picked up a couple of yards on that. Brought down by Shafter.
1:18 remaining in the half. We will probably see Jackson Sanchez come out to return this punt, probably right below us at about the 40 to 45-yard line, maybe at the 50 to get himself some space.
Yeah, I'd line him up at the 50. This punter has had a couple nice punts. I want to make sure it doesn't go over my head and roll. I want to, at the very least, I'm going to fair catch it, and we're not going to let extra clock expire and them get some cheap yards on us. This might be a situation, too, where I put 2 guys back just to ensure that we field the punt and start off with good field position. Because Perucci is thinking 7 points here. With 1:18, I want to say that's the first time out they've used. So, and the way they can move the ball, that's plenty of time.
So Sanchez stands inside the 50. He's about at that 45.
Punt typically goes a little to his left. That
It's a
right down the
good
middle.
boot. Again, Sanchez has to go back, catches it. He's at the 40, and he gets knocked out about the 35-yard line. So the punter, by the way, is Brian Cuevas, the receiver. So overall, great athlete for the Woodlake Tigers. But how do you like this? 67 seconds left in the half, and the Generals have the ball at the 25-yard line inside Woodlake football territory.
Yeah, and what you like about that is you can still run the ball here. You got timeouts in your pocket. You can keep that defense balanced. And most of the damage they've done has been running. I think, Aguilar's completion percentage is a little low right now because the coverage has been good, but they haven't run the ball successfully. Aguilar,
Quick little toss out to Rodriguez on the far side. Rodriguez brought down at about the 18-yard line. If you're Coach Jeff Johnson for Woodlake, boy, you're just so aggravated to not at least move that football down the field. And now you're about to get scored on again here with under a minute to go and stretch this thing out. When you had a 15-point deficit, now it could be a lot worse. Aguilar goes to his right, throws, and it is caught out there by Rodriguez again. No, that is Magana.
Now that's Rodriguez again. Over there, Marco Rodriguez.
Marco Rodriguez.
Really good hands there. The clock stops while you move the chains. It won't start again until the referee spins his arm.
First and goal from the 3. Aguilar has Avila next to him. Aguilar takes a look, throws, and it is incomplete. A lot of traffic down there in that near corner of the end zone.
Going into the short side of the field over there. Again, probably trying to go against what the scouting report says. Now they got a little time to think about it. Again, they can run or throw here. Take what the defense gives you.
Second down. Aguilar wants to take it in himself, and he does. Touchdown, General Alex Aguilar.
So 62nd touchdown he's been involved in this season ties the record.
There it is. He has tied the record for the most touchdowns with Brandon Jones.
Like we said, giving them the ball back with anything approaching a minute left is dangerous. Shafter made him pay.
The PAT is up, and it is good.
Oh, no good.
Oh, well, first they said.
Little indecisive there.
Hey, it's a 50-50 deal, my man. It's either good or it's not good. So, with under a minute to go in the first half, the Generals get in again, and it's back to a 21-point lead, 41-20, a missed PAT. And Coach Perucci having words with Jose Ortiz.
Generals 41, Woodlake Tigers 20.
And I believe, if I'm understanding correctly, he's telling this young man to zip it up. Zip it up.
Yeah, we saw some conflict last week. Game got a little ugly and chippy, and Coach Perucci is a perfectionist. Every play matters, every snap matters, every yard matters. He doesn't want to get into another one of those situations where 15-yard flags start flying.
Yep.
Talking with his offensive line right now.
Emphatically letting them know, keep your mouth closed, boys.
Football's a great game because you get to play with your pads. Let those do the talking for you.
Ball is kicked up, and it's kicked out of bounds, so the flags will fly. 38 seconds to go here. 41-20 remaining in this first half. And both teams have put some points on the board, but anybody that's been here long enough tonight understands that it's Shafter in the driver's seat. We want to thank our good friends, United States Army, Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, Motor City, and, of course, Tony's Pizza. Thank you so much for all that you've done to make this possible and continue all of our efforts here with the Kern High School District and Kern High Network. Thank you so much, and we'll speak about you a little later on this evening. We're so appreciative of what you do. 1st and 10.
Woodlake staying aggressive here, going empty set.
And Rojas will take the snap directly. Rojas, the QB. And he goes out of bounds about the 44-yard line or 43-yard line, just shy of a first down. So direct snap to Rojas.
8 yards on that. It's going to be 2nd and 2.
And here comes Damian Hernandez back into the game.
Yeah, interesting situation here. Again, Shafter has given up 2 long touchdown passes, so and it doesn't look like Shafter's playing a pure prevent, though they do have some safety help up to the top.
2nd and 2. Hernandez fires, and it is incomplete. That'll bring up a 3rd and 2. Goodness. They need to get a first down.
Yeah, that would have been a great opportunity to do it. Just the timing and didn't seem to be on. And again, for the most part, 80% of the snaps, Shafter's defense has been phenomenal. They've just given up a couple big plays that has kind of allowed Woodlake to stay a little bit in this game. they're going to look for Cuevas here. If they get any kind of man coverage look, even if they don't get man coverage look, if they got safety help, I wouldn't be surprised if they just chucked one up and hoped he can make another miracle.
Hard count. Nobody jumped. It was super close. Hernandez now, almost got the first down, but then denied by the super stud, Jose Ortiz. Ortiz may be taking out some of that aggravation.
And that's how you should do it.
Yep, and I believe that'll do it. That's going to end the half. So 41-20 is the score, a 3-touchdown difference. And these Shafter Generals are going to hear it from this crowd. They love what they're seeing and hearing. We will take a halftime break. We'll see you in the third quarter. It's 41-20. Shafter up here on Kern High Network.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile, and I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile.
And I still do everything online or through the ATM. So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
There are over 100 places to get pizza in Kern County, but only 4 are good enough to be called Tony's. So what's the Tony's Pizza difference? We're not giving away our secrets, but the proof is in the pizza. Tony's Spicy Mexicana, the mouth-watering Hawaiian, the award-winning Chili Verde, and so many more. Trust us, you'll find your favorite. If you want great pizza, you can play the numbers game, or you can get it right the first time. Tony's Pizza, 3 locations in Bakersfield and 1 in Shafter.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
I'm a millennial, and for me, it's all about the mobile. And I'm somewhere in between. I still do my banking online and at the ATM. And with access to over 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs nationwide, Kern Schools is always close by.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. That's why we're the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County. Kern Schools, together we have something special. One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
As a millennial, for me, it's all about the mobile.
And I'm somewhere in between. I still do everything online or through an ATM. So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. That's why we're the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County.
Take advantage of our low mortgage rates, including 60-day rate lock at no cost to you. Purchase or refinance your home today.
Kern Schools, together we have something special.
It's wicked cool. It's our new aviation class. It gives kids a chance to break into the industry. There's a lot of careers in aviation. This class is a lot more than just flying planes.
We've learned so much already. We've learned how to take off. We've learned instrument flight rules. It's something everyone can do, I think.
Good, and you see, remember that horizon? Try to keep it parallel to your cockpit. After the 2-year program, they're going to be able to take the knowledge test for their private pilot exam. I am a pilot. I've been in Bakersfield for 10 years. I worked as an instructor for 6 years and then became a corporate pilot. And I'm a teacher here. We have amazing equipment. Even flight schools don't have that much equipment.
You put a class like this somewhere at North High, and it's really preparing kids to succeed because it gives them a whole new set of opportunities they never knew that they had the chance to pursue. I'm proud to say that I'm from North High School and that we have administration that's willing to put the money into offering really, really neat programs like this and preparing kids to succeed.
A lot of more hands-on activities, a lot more about woodworking and what to do, how to make a career for myself.
not only for guys. I am actually learning how to make cupboards and put everything together, like doors, cabinets. It's really fun, actually.
Yeah, well, It's really amazing to see their growth over the course of a year and how they can come in with no real skill at all and leave being able to actually produce furniture and cabinetry.
Houses need cabinets, businesses. Having a pool of resources or kids that have some knowledge in the industry would be real good.
Pull down on that. Let's slide these up. Watch fingers.
It's changed a lot. What I'm seeing here is what it's going towards. The CNC equipment, computers. I could actually build cabinets out of this shop. It's state of the art. It really is.
I am constantly looking for students that have been through these programs. It's always nice to have a person that has some experience. It's a lot easier to train. I think we're fortunate in Bakersfield that the Kern High School District has invested in a program like this. I would encourage other businesses to partner up with the Kern High School District like I've done here, because this really shows you what can be done if business comes together with the Kern High School District.
This is where we're going to train the kids to actually get jobs in the industry. We're going to give them the basic tools that they need, also the skills that they need to understand where they fit into the industry.
All the animated things, because we have everything that we need in the scenes.
They are learning the principles of animation, Photoshop. They're learning how to animate in 2D and 3D. And when you swap to that shape, then you're just going to drag these over here.
The storyboard aspect of creating basically the skeleton of the story, and then just sort of directing people on my vision of what I want in the story. And it's also giving me the advantage of Mr. Plord, since he's worked at so many companies, being able to put it in my resume and be like, this is the art direction I've received.
I was shearing my lamb for fair. I have 2 lambs.
This lamb is stubborn.
Taking care of animals is you feed them twice a day, make sure they have water, walk them, make sure they're ready for fair.
Vet science is the first year before you can actually go into animal science, and it's a lot of like hands-on with the different animals, and you get to learn different things such as giving shots, castrating, all that fun stuff. For me, wanting to be a vet when I'm older, it prepares me. All the stuff that I'm learning in ag is definitely going to help me.
I'm in ag communications. Anything that you see on the Facebook page is what we do, and pictures, and we do all the posters that are around campus, anything that just promotes ag.
Our students are all part of the FFA organization, and through that we have a chapter officer team. We do monthly chapter meetings because we're trying to get them involved outside of class, so they can find something that they're interested in, and they need something that's going to hook them so that they're ready for life after high school.
In animal care, the students learn a variety of things, whether it's tools or terms. In the veterinary field, they learn about the skeletal systems, animal nutrition, the housing, how to properly care for them. They also have the opportunity in the spring to actually go work at a veterinary hospital or at an animal shelter or a grooming salon.
Animal restraint, weight and temperature, pulse, respiration, all of that I learned here.
They take a state certified test, and if they pass, they become a certified vet assistant right out of high school.
It's always hands-on, and so I think that's what really helps us, is that we're not just getting it from a textbook, we're actually doing these things, and we're actually practicing these things that we'll be doing in our future careers.
It's wicked cool. It's our new aviation class. It gives kids a chance to break into the industry. There's a lot of careers in aviation. This class is a lot more than just flying planes.
We've learned so much already. We've learned how to take off. We've learned instrument flight rules. It's something everyone can do, I think.
Good. And you see, remember that horizon? Try to keep it parallel to your cockpit. After the 2-year program, they're going to be able to take the knowledge test for their private pilot exam. I am a pilot. I've been in Bakersfield for 10 years. I worked as an instructor for 6 years and then became a corporate pilot. And I'm a teacher here. We have amazing equipment. Even flight schools don't have that much equipment.
You put a class like this somewhere at North High, and it's really preparing kids to succeed because it gives them a whole new set of opportunities they never knew that they had a chance to pursue. I'm proud to say that I'm from North High School and that we have administration that's willing to put the money into offering really, really neat programs like this and preparing kids to succeed.
We're in manufacturing engineering. We design parts, 3D parts, 2D parts, we create assemblies.
It's helping me get training in all of this stuff, like the computer programs that we have here, the machines that we have here. We learn a lot of math in here, mostly geometry and fractions, because I love math. That's why I'm in this class.
Mr. Lemmy, he's a great instructor.
So the problem is this piece itself.
He really goes hands-on with us. He helps us as much as we can. We've learned a lot from him.
Right now we're supplying students that are skilled in the safety, the basic operation of machine work, and then they also leave with some soft skills. They understand they have to be on time. They understand that they have to get up and talk to people. Most of them are walking out of here with a solid foundation in the entry level of a trade.
They can have a job anywhere they go because they have a basic understanding of what it's going to take to put products out that people are going to use.
Hopefully this is a good career for me. End up doing something good, have a good life, and make some money.
Well, we're learning a lot, and especially with just the basic knowledge of what you would need for an entry-level job.
All the basic skills to be a medical assistant in a doctor's office or a clinic.
You're leaning on it, and that'll make a difference.
And then they also do on-the-job training, and they work in doctor's offices or clinics throughout Kern County. The kids are job ready, and many of them are employed before the end of the school year. They're promised a job, as well as they continue their education. We have many registered nurses out there and even physicians.
I'm thinking I want to be an anesthesiologist. So a lot of school, but it'll be worth it in the end.
Welcome back, everybody. We're halftime here, 41-20, 3-touchdown spread right now for these Shafter Generals. Coach Cornford, your thoughts on that first half?
Well, Vance, we're seeing a little history here. Alex Aguilar, big news, is tied the record right now for touchdowns in a season with 62. Crazy high number over there, but he's had a lot of help. This Shafter offense is rolling on all cylinders, scoring 41 points in the first half. But just when you think Shafter's going to put it away, Woodlake makes a big play, especially their receiver Cuevas, who's made 2 of them long touchdowns. So still got a ball game here.
And conversely, every time you think a team is about to get some traction against this Shafter General team, it just turns into a track meet again. If you're Coach Johnson and you're dealing with this potent offense and a very, very talented defense, what are you telling these Woodlake Tigers on the road right now at halftime?
Well, what I'm telling them is, hey, we know we're down, and their offense can score in a hurry. But that same offense, if you make it go 3 and out, gives you the ball back in a hurry. So it's the best offense to come back in a game on because they run so fast, you'll get a lot of possessions. So you're 3 possessions down right now, but that's certainly doable because you're going to get 6 possessions or so in the second half.
We know Coach Perucci pretty well. You know him very well. What's he telling his Shafter Generals? What did he just tell them before they came out right now?
Well, he's telling them, hey, let's play our game. Anything that they say to you doesn't matter. Don't say anything to them. We're all gas, no brakes. We're going to keep our foot on the accelerator, and we're going to try and put as many points on the board as we can because no lead is safe against a team that can score like Woodlake can score.
Thank you, Coach. Julian, if you're able to put the kettle corn down, you can go ahead and take a quick break, Todd. Anything else have you eaten and not brought up to us? Anything else? Warm burrito, some like nice hot coffee or like some pie. Anything else? We'll be back right after this. Third quarter action here at Current 9 Network.
Schools Federal Credit Union is here to be your lifelong financial partner. So while your financial life may start out with a Rocky Raccoon account, as you grow, we'll be with you every step of the way. From your first car and everyone thereafter, to investing in your family's future, to buying that special house you'll call home, Kern Schools is here to help. And if you live in Kern County, then you can bank with us. See, we're local just like you, so what we accomplish together benefits our entire community. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
Every team trains hard. Every team prepares to win. But when U.S. Army soldiers take the field, it's best if the other guys don't bother showing up. See if you have what it takes at GoArmy.com/team.
California's largest Buick GMC dealer, Motor City, has the best offer on your new professional-grade GMC Sierra. Get up to $7,500 in total savings on the Sierra 2500 or 3500 HD Crew Cab Denali. Or drive away the Sierra half-ton Crew Cab SLT with up to $11,000 in savings. Go online to MotorCityGMC.com for all the details. Welcome to the city, Motor City.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile. And I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special. One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile. And I still do everything online or through the ATM. So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
There are over 100 places to get pizza in Kern County, but only 4 are good enough to be called Tony's. So what's the Tony's Pizza difference? We're not giving away our secrets, but the proof is in the pizza. Tony's Spicy Mexicana, the mouth-watering Hawaiian, the award-winning Chili Verde, and so many more. Trust us, you'll find your favorite. If you want great pizza, you can play the numbers game, or you can get it right the first time. Tony's Pizza, 3 locations in Bakersfield and 1 in Shafter.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
I'm a millennial, and for me, it's all about the mobile. And I'm somewhere in between. I still do my banking online and at the ATM. And with access to over 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs nationwide, Kern Schools is always close by.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. That's why we're the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County. Kern Schools, together we have something special. One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
All right, here we go. During the break, we were just kind of a quick discussion about Alex Aguilar. He's tied the record. He's 1 away. Where's this young man going to play next year, Rich?
Well, according to Coach Perucci, he is getting looked at mostly by Division III schools. I certainly think, his being 5'10", that's a knock against him. But my comment was a winner's a winner, and this kid is a winner. He understands football, very high football IQ. He runs it well. He throws it extremely well. I'd love to see him be picked up by an Azusa Pacific or someplace like that, Division II, and give the kid a chance.
Hey, as the voice of the Renegades, I'm a little jealous. I'm a little greedy, you know. I like to.
Oh yeah.
I like to call a game or two of his up on the hill, then let him go. But
he'd look good in red and white.
That's just me. That's just me, right? All right, here we go. 41-20. Shafter up as we get ready for the third quarter. We're hearing that Bakersfield High School is also up. Liberty is also up. Goodness gracious. I can hardly handle the excitement. All right, Shafter kicks off, and it's taken at the 13-yard line by Cuevas. Cuevas has a seam. Oh, boy. Can he get past the kicker? Can he get a block downfield? He may. Cuevas still on his feet. Cuevas might go all the way. Cuevas brought down at the 7-yard line by the kicker. Goodness. What a start for Woodlake.
Boy, and I got to think I want to keep that ball out of Cuevas' hands any chance I get over there. Great job by the kicker to hang with that play and make the tackle there. But boy, that you couldn't ask for a better start if you're Woodlake, getting the mojo back here.
And Rich, he's not a blazer. He's not just the super speedy fast guy, but again, he has the vision and he also has the long legs, 6'1". And first and goal from the 7-yard line, and they give it to Rojas. Rojas trying to get in, and he will. That's a touchdown. First play from the line of scrimmage, and how about this? In 18 seconds, Woodlake has scored.
Wow. Well, I hope their scoreboard has enough lights to contain all this scoring here. I know they've seen some high-scoring games here, but that's something else. And now, again, they'll go for 2, and that missed conversion by Shafter on the last one kind of looms a little bit larger right now.
Wow. So here comes the 2-point conversion again. Rojas was successful on one, unsuccessful on the last one. This time Aguilar wants to throw. He's in big trouble, and not even close.
They are all over him.
Wow. So this land of 2-point conversions has really only given the Woodlake Tigers success one time. That's it. But you can't take away that 6 they just scored quickly. Wow.
Yeah, that's just what the doctor ordered for them. Good special teams play, good blocking up front. And like you said, he's not just super fast, but great vision. Just a really good athlete. Used the most of what he's got there. Found the seam and went after it. Now, if I am Woodlake, I do consider onside kicking here. Last year, if anybody was around for the semifinal game Shafter lost, they gave up a couple onside kicks in that game. But your defense has not slowed this Shafter offense down hardly an iota. You know, difference, and at least if you onside kick it, maybe your offense gets it back.
I stopped disagreeing with you a long time ago. It's a bullet, and it's out of bounds. So no run back. And really, I guess
kickoff goes out of bounds.
Half a dozen 6, right?
Generals first and 10 at the
Yeah, looks like the Generals will take the ball at the 35.
So we're just underway here in the second half. Kern High Network's live exclusive coverage of high school sports here in the Kern High School District. I'm Vance Palm. I've got Rich Cornford next to me. Julian Wilson on camera, our director with the riding the Bentley tonight. Thank you, Todd. Dr. Louis Amastoy down on the sidelines covering this for the Kern High Network's magazine, which we will get to in just a few moments. I want to talk about that. The Achieve magazine. Louis is getting some shots in. Javier's down there as well. So all hands on deck tonight for the Kern High School District. Avila with the first run play of the third quarter, and it's, another ho-hum 10-yarder, Rich.
Yeah, and if I had to guess, I would guess that both Avila and Aguilar have gone over 100 yards already. running the ball. Shafter's passing game, they've got one long touchdown pass and a shorter one, but for the most part, they've done their damage tonight on the ground.
RPO again to Avila, and they contain him. They contain him with 6 yards, right?
Yeah. And you'll take that every day of the week, a good 6-yard carry on first down. Shafter again successful with tempo.
2nd and 4. Aguilar takes a look, has a lot of time. Rolls to the right, stops, throws off his back foot. It's tossed up and it's intercepted. And that's taken by Stevenson. Stevenson, who's had a touchdown pass already. He's had a huge hit on Ortiz, and now an ill-advised pass. And Coach Perucci basically just shaking his head, just flummoxed at the idea of it all.
Yeah, and you know, one knock on Alex before this year was that he would occasionally, you know, once a game put a ball up there that he shouldn't put up. This year he's only thrown 4 interceptions. We haven't seen that from him. But tonight, you know, got scrambling around a little bit. That was really a very poor decision and a very poor throw by a great football player.
Woodlake trails by 15. It's 41-26 here in the 3rd quarter. Hernandez in big trouble. And here come the Generals. Joey Sanchez leads the way, as well as Colby Miller. Flag on the play. And it is going to be a chop block. Declined.
And Shafter playing as aggressively on defense as we've seen him play this year. They're sending 6 there. And quarterback has no time to set and throw.
Coach, seems like every time on a change of possession, first play, the defense is howling and coming.
Yeah, that leaves you man-to-man in the background. But if your quarterback can't step into his throw, then it's likely not going to be a completion.
2nd and 22, they say. Stevenson in motion, flags everywhere. The Woodlake Tigers are saying that's on the Generals.
It looked like the Generals jumped, but I don't know if he was drawn off. He's saying he was. And
nope.
He was.
That'll make it 2nd and 27.
And I know Shafter wants to stay aggressive, and they should, but they need to know where Brian Cuevas is. He has almost single-handedly kept Woodlake Tigers in the game.
Another flag flies on the far sidelines by the side judge up against.
They've given him 1 sideline warning, so the next one is a penalty if that's the case.
And I don't know if it's that sideline jawing at him or if it was simply a sideline warning. And now the White Hat will go over and have a chat with that head coach, and that is Jeff Johnson. He has an 11-1 Woodlake Tiger football team in the semifinals. So he's obviously done a great job. Packed stands over on that side. They've traveled well. Finally got in here in the 2nd quarter. And here comes the White Hat with the call. Oh boy, a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct, and boy, you get an interception, you're trying to jump back in this football game, penalty, 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 and then unsportsmanlike conduct. You got to be kidding me.
Yeah, that doesn't help. I mean, you can overcome the sack there on first down, but now you've just dug yourself a tremendous hole. And
oh, goodness. Hernandez steps up, throws down the near sideline, and it is incomplete. Battle for the football.
Oh.
And that may be on Leo Fernandez. Yeah, just an unnecessary I believe that's what it's going to be. And it's pass interference on Leo Fernandez.
I didn't see that one.
Got him right across here. After the play, the ball, that's what they're saying. It should be an unsportsmanlike conduct call, but he kind of clotheslined him at the end of the play, Rich.
Boy, I wish we had replay up here because it looked to me like, if anything, the Woodlake guy had done something. It's not an automatic first down, though. In college and pros, that would be. But in high school football, it's not.
Certainly gets him out of the deep part of the end zone, though, and the quarterback standing basically at the goal line. All of a sudden now it brings it up to the 25-yard line. So for what has been a pretty clean game, this third quarter's come to a grinding halt so far with some flags. Now it's 2nd and 22. Damian Hernandez is the quarterback, stands at his 21-yard line. Here come the Generals. They come at him again. Hernandez steps up. Hernandez fires, has a man open, and it is caught by Stevenson.
Well, they just dug themselves out of that hole.
Hernandez took a shot, and he's kind of half jogging, half limping over to the sidelines to get the offensive call, but he stepped up in there and knew he was going to get popped, and he hit Robert Stevenson for another first down. And had Stevenson not lost his footing, he'd still be running.
Well, Shafter's playing that cover zero. They're applying a lot of pressure, but it does leave, if the quarterback's got 3 seconds to throw, somebody's going to be open. And nice strike there for a big completion.
And again, Stevenson stands 6'2". Hernandez again drops back. Hernandez brought down. Big tackle by Nathan Gonzalez. So Big Nate gets in there, makes a hit, the senior linebacker. Ooh, that's a big sack.
Yeah, and like you said, on first down, Shafter's really bringing the heat, and they've been successful. Again, this Shafter defense, the way you play it, it's going to be feast or famine. You're going to make big plays, but you're also potentially going to give up big plays, and we've seen some of each.
9:18 and counting in the third. 41-26 is the score. Shafter has been in command pretty much the whole evening, but there have been times when this Woodlake Tiger football team has sparkled. And now, as I say that, of all things, Hector Magana, the wide receiver out to the left side, my old partner Brian Adams, if there was anything that would just drive him crazy during all of our years calling football on Bright House Network, is when a wide receiver went offsides. He just couldn't get over it.
Yeah, watch the football. These Woodlake wide receivers run 6'1", 6 foot, 6'1", and 6'2". So they got 4 guys out there, all with length.
Yep.
And you're going to find a mismatch somewhere along the Shafter sideline, just size-wise, on every snap.
2nd and 22. Hernandez fires down the far side. That is going to be uncatchable and very tight coverage over there. You know, you had Chacon man-to-man on him, Aguilar floating in that area, and Hernandez said nope, threw it out of bounds, but that brings up a 3rd and 22 again.
Yeah, 3rd and very long. And again, in these situations, Shafter has not been playing with safeties deep. This time, see if they mix it up or if they continue with high-pressure cover zero.
The ball was just inside Tiger territory at the 48. They have a long way to go here.
Nobody deeper than 6 yards. They're backing out
Here
late.
Comes, traffic violation right there. 3 guys, and they all bumped into each other. And for a play that was designed to throw off the Generals, it did not work well. And it's going to be 4th and awfully long, and just one of those misdirection plays. But, boy, there was a lot of cars in the alley there.
Yeah, it looked like the 405 on Thanksgiving holiday. Lots of traffic.
You're right.
All right, Cuevas is the punter. He's done a great job kicking the ball tonight. But the last return by Jackson Sanchez was really good, too.
But now look at the space that Jackson's given himself. Here comes Cuevas' punt. Again, not a bad one, but Jackson calls them all off. And Fair catches it at the 14-yard line. That's a good no call. You can hear the crowd. But I was watching it. Not that I'm the voice of reason in all this, but just two guys going at it on punt return coverage.
A lot of times on punt coverage, you don't know exactly where the ball is. Your guy's battling you, you're battling him. And
good point.
You need to stay physical until you hear a whistle.
All right, so after the interception, Woodlake gets nothing. Shafter hangs on, even after some long pass plays. They come out, no huddle, ready to go. Aguilar has Avila with him, and he hands it to him. Avila. Nice strong run. Again, it's just like a broken DVD, isn't it? 5 yards, 7 yards, 5 yards, 7 yards, 6 yards, 5 yards, 7 yards.
Yeah, their run game is really clicking tonight. They not quite as in sync with their passing game as we've seen them in the past. This is probably the fewest yards that they've had in a game, in the third quarter throwing the ball. But run the ball, another story.
There's a Tiger down on the field. Looks like he's cramping up. We'll take a short break. We'll be back on Kern High Network.
It's why we're the title sponsor.
Every team trains hard. Every team prepares to win. But when U.S. Army soldiers take the field, it's best if the other guys don't bother showing up. See if you have what it takes at GoArmy.com/team.
Okay, good to see Rafa Esparza hop up quickly for Woodlake. He just had a cramp, and he literally hopped over there. 2nd and 2. Ball is at the 22-yard line. Shafter with 7:35 to go in the third quarter, up by 15. Aguilar wants to keep it the entire time, gets his first down, still looking for more yardage. Aguilar ran out of bounds at about the 33-yard line, so good, strong run by the quarterback, Alex Aguilar, and Coach Perucci amongst the people to help him up.
Hey, he's the man.
I don't remember many times in my basketball career that I ever really had my coaches helping me up.
I'd like to thank Greg's Petroleum Service for
being one of our Aguilar, boy, he plays both sides of the ball.
Sure does.
Plays hard every snap. If you can help him conserve a little energy, you do.
1st and 10. Avila. And he gets brought down at the 41-yard line. So Pedro continues to gobble up yards.
And that general offensive line, again, they've done a good job pass protecting tonight, but their run blocking has been just crazy good. And I know the Waterhouse up there, senior, 6'3", 250, number 62. He's one of their top guys that they lean on. To love to run behind him there at left guard.
Misdirection by Aguilar. Oh, what a great tackle. Boy, what a play out there by Robert Stevenson. Robert Stevenson is quite the player, isn't he, Coach?
Yeah, he is, because Aguilar is not easy to bring down in the open field, and he had a lot of space there. Held that to a minimal gain.
Stevenson playing the safety. Comes up and grabs Aguilar, makes it a 1st and 10, though. He picked it up. Now he comes this way. Aguilar, patient. He'll cut upfield in a second. Does he go now? He does. And he gets to the 31-yard line. What a play. What a play.
Love the game of kind of punch and counter punch that we're seeing. The first half, we saw Aguilar consistently run behind Avila as the lead blocker. Now they're going away from it because Woodlake adjusted, and Woodlake's adjustment was to slide to that side. So now they go away from that lead blocker, and they're catching them going wide the other way. So good job by the staff here at Shafter at noticing the adjustments that Woodlake has made.
Rodriguez in motion in front of Aguilar. That's where they'll throw it. Looking for some downfield blocking. Rodriguez cuts in, cuts out, up to the 25-yard line, and a flag flies from the back judge, the rear judge, and he flung that flag about 40 yards. in the direction of that stretched out pass play along the far side, the back judge. And it's going to be a hold on the Generals.
Yeah, a lot of times when you try to go wide with those passing plays, you'll get that call. Those Shafter receivers worked their tails off to block, and one of them got snagged there with a holding call.
Coach Perucci, most likely, if I'm guessing, wants to know why it was that referee who threw that flag.
Yeah, usually that would be the head linesman on that side making the call.
Back to a 1st and 20, under 6 to go in the third quarter. Aguilar gives it to Avila. Pedro runs between the tackles, runs between the guards. What a big, tough, strong run. 13 yards.
Got another Tiger down here.
Yeah, we've seen some Tigers go down here, and this one is writhing in pain. And I did not get a number on that one. Any updates? Have any updates for me?
I've got some updates. Bakersfield High 27, Fresno Central 21, Kingsburg 0, Bakersfield Christian 28.
Okay.
Wasco 7, Visalia Golden West 26.
Oh boy.
In the other Division 5 game, Kennedy 59, Carruthers 13.
How about Liberty?
All right. So the Liberty Buchanan score is 21-20 for Liberty.
Oh my goodness.
27-14 right now, Bakersfield High over Central. So a 2-touchdown, 13-point lead for the Drillers.
Ay, ay, ay. We're at 41-26, and we're going to take a break right now, Todd, if you don't mind. We'll be back. The score is 41-26 right now, and it's all Shafter. Back right after this.
Every team trains hard. Every team prepares to win. But when U.S. Army soldiers take the field, it's best if the other guys don't bother showing up. See if you have what it takes at GoArmy.com/team.
California's largest Buick GMC dealer, Motor City, has the best offer on your new professional-grade GMC Sierra. Get up to $7,500 in total savings on the Sierra 2500 or 3500 HD Crew Cab Denali. Or drive away the Sierra half-ton Crew Cab SLT with up to $11,000 in savings. Go online to MotorCityGMC.com for all the details. Welcome to the city, Motor City.
Schools Federal Credit Schools Federal Credit Union is here to be your lifelong financial partner. So while your financial life may start out with a Rocky Raccoon account, as you grow, we'll be with you every step of the way. From your first car and everyone thereafter, to investing in your family's future, to buying that special house you'll call home, Kern Schools is here to help. And if you live in Kern County, then you can bank with us. See, we're local just like you, so what we accomplish together benefits our entire community. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile, and I still do everything online or through the ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special. One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
For me, it's all about the mobile, and I still do everything online or through the ATM. So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. Kern Schools, together we have something special.
There are over 100 places to get pizza in Kern County, but only 4 are good enough to be called Tony's. So what's the Tony's Pizza difference? We're not giving away our secrets, but the proof is in the pizza. Tony's Spicy Mexicana, the mouth-watering Hawaiian, the award-winning Chili Verde, and so many more. Trust us, you'll find your favorite. If you want great pizza, you can play the numbers game, or you can get it right the first time. Tony's Pizza. 3 locations in Bakersfield and 1 in Shafter.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
I'm a millennial, and for me, it's all about the mobile. And I'm somewhere in between. I still do my banking online and at the ATM. And with access to over 30,000 surcharge-free ATMs nationwide, Kern Schools is always close by.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. That's why we're the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County. Kern Schools, together we have something special. One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
As a millennial, for me it's all about the mobile.
And I'm somewhere in between. I still do everything online or through an ATM. So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. That's why we're the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County.
Take advantage of our low mortgage rates, including 60-day rate lock and no cost to you. Purchase or refinance your home today.
Kern Schools, together we have something special.
It's wicked cool. It's our new aviation class. It gives kids a chance to break into the industry. There's a lot of careers in aviation. This class is a lot more than just flying planes.
We've learned so much already. We've learned how to take off. We've learned instrument flight rules. It's something everyone can do, I think.
Good. And you see, remember that horizon? Try to keep it parallel to your cockpit. After the 2-year program, they're going to be able to take the knowledge test for their private pilot exam. I am a pilot. I've been in Bakersfield for 10 years. I worked as an instructor for 6 years and then became a corporate pilot. And I'm a teacher here. We have amazing equipment. Even flight schools don't have that much equipment.
You put a class like this somewhere at North High, and it's really preparing kids to succeed because it gives them a whole new set of opportunities they never knew that they had the chance to pursue. I'm proud to say that I'm from North High School and that we have administration that's willing to put the money into offering really, really neat programs like this and preparing kids to succeed.
A lot of more hands-on activity, a lot more about woodworking and what to do, how to make a career for myself.
It's not only for guys. I am actually learning how to make cupboards and put everything together, like doors, cabinets. It's really fun, actually.
Yeah, well, It's really amazing to see their growth over the course of a year and how they can come in with no real skill at all and leave being able to actually produce furniture and cabinetry.
Houses need cabinets, businesses having a pool of resources or kids that have some knowledge in the industry would be real good.
Pull down on that. Let's slide these up. Watch fingers.
It's changed a lot. What I'm seeing here is what it's going towards. The CNC equipment, computers. I could actually build cabinets out of this shop. It's state of the art. It really is.
I am constantly looking for students that have been through these programs. It's always nice to have a person that has some experience. It's a lot easier to train. I think we're fortunate in Bakersfield that the Kern High School District has invested in a program like this. I would encourage other businesses to partner up with the Kern High School District like I've done here, because this really shows you what can be done if business comes together with the Kern High School District.
This is where we're going to train the kids to actually get jobs in the industry. We're going to give them the basic tools that they need, also the skills that they need to understand where they fit into the industry.
All the animated things, because we have everything that we need in the scenes.
They are learning the principles of animation, Photoshop. They're learning how to animate in 2D and 3D. And when you swap to that shape, then you're just going to drag these over here.
The storyboard aspect of creating basically the skeleton of the story, and then just sort of directing people in my vision of what I want in the story. And it's also giving me the advantage of Mr. Pollard since he's worked at so many.
All right, everybody, thanks for being patient. We can report that one of the Woodlake players, we believe, had a severe injury to his wrist, or at least his hand area. I saw that after the play, he went down and just went straight down on his back, so we weren't really quite sure exactly what the situation was, but Hall Ambulance was there on the spot, on the money right away, and was able to get him into the ambulance. We're going to wait until the other Hall Ambulance is on the field. Can't play without one here, so some excellent service by Hall Ambulance as they bring the second ambulance over here shortly. But in the meantime, it's been a very long pause, and the Shafter players are having to warm up again, get the blood flowing again. And I saw the ambulance, but I don't know where he went. He was here, and then he went south. We'll see. May have been thinking, man, it's cold. Let's get some food up there to those guys real quick so they can keep them warm. It's probably not what they were thinking. No one ever seems to be thinking of that. 41-26 the score. Shafter has the football at 2nd and 7. And the ball is at the Woodlake 29-yard line. So we still have another quarter of football to go. This thing was moving along pretty quickly tonight. And then it's come to a grinding, screeching halt here. We certainly hope that the Woodlake player is okay. Did give a big round of applause from the fans, and they're going to go. And I guess if you were a guessing man, fracture possibly in the wrist or something like that. You never really know. You don't know, but that's what we thought we could spot. But
the Woodlake defense is on the field, for whatever that means. Shafter still warming up here on their own.
Athletic director is down on the field with the white hat and the line judge, and there needs to be an ambulance on the premises before we can start play, and there was one that was really close here. And I can't recall, I remember calling a game one time where we actually watched the ambulance drive. Can't remember what campus it was, but we could see the ambulance. They were driving all over the place. They couldn't get to the exit, the entrance. But we are back in play. As we said, 2nd and 7, 5:39 to go here in the third quarter, 41-26. A lot of football left. Aguilar takes the snap directly over here to the near side. Aguilar goes down, kind of untouched, and his shoulders hurt. Aguilar's down at the 18-yard line. And the fans want a flag called on a Woodlake Tiger, but now Aguilar, and I was about to announce that he really didn't get hit. He kind of went down on his own accord, and goodness.
Boy, worst case scenario here for Shafter. We're trying to figure out what exactly happened there, but This is the guy that's tied the record for scoring in a season for the whole Central section. Their quarterback, also their corner safety.
I don't think he was hit, really. He kind of just went down, and now the Woodlake team is going to go off, and Alex Aguilar is helped up, but he instantly reached for his shoulder. That's what I saw, and that's what I said. Oh boy.
So Shafter's backup is a freshman. I believe he came in for a few snaps last week. Fortunately for Shafter, they've been running the ball real well. And you can lean on Pedro Avila in that offensive line here. But they definitely need another touchdown here to give them some breathing room.
But the training staff is working with Aguilar's left wing. They've got it up, and they're stretching it and working with it. But what a very strange turn of events here. 1st and 10, he picked up the first down. Ball's on the 19-yard line.
Where's the white hat right now?
He's over there talking to Coach Johnson on the sidelines is what he's doing, and now he's going to come back in here. So whistles are blowing, and they're bringing everybody in, both teams in.
The one thing I saw strange at the end of that play was one Woodlake player grab another one and drag him backwards. I don't know what that was about, and don't really know what this conference is about.
You have entered the playoff zone.
With 3 seconds to go, Liberty kicked a field goal and beat Buchanan by 2 points.
Wow.
24-23.
We just heard that Liberty beat Buchanan with a field goal. 1st and 10, Avila. Up the middle.
Aguilar's going back in, so that's great news for the Generals.
So Aguilar goes back in. We're below 5 minutes here. And you can see him kind of working that left hand a little bit. He maybe just don't, it was so strange. He's going to run it again. And Aguilar looking to get in, takes a big hit. He's flipped up and comes back down at the 3-yard line. And even then, he looks like he's just favoring that left shoulder. And man, he was sniffing that end zone, Coach.
I was just going to say, they'll probably be a little cautious, look for more Pedro Avila, but all gas, no brakes. Tough kid.
Aguilar's, looks like he's limping a little bit, and his left shoulder banged up a little bit. But 1st and goal, and they're going to give it to, Aguilar keeps it. He's going to try to get in, and he's going to do it. He hobbles in, dives in, and that's the record.
Wow, what guts. A winner's a winner.
63 touchdowns. Banged up wheel, banged up wing, and still breaks the record. Fantastic. Flag on the play. And I think that Stevenson's just been ejected.
Wow. I didn't see anything there, but again, I forgot my glasses tonight, so.
One of the officials flung a flag and pointed at Robert Stevenson, and then Stevenson said something else because the ref went looking for a second flag, couldn't find it, and just basically gave it that.
Got to throw that hat.
Yeah, he didn't do it. Stevenson is ejected. And boy, does that hurt with 4:26 to go in the 3rd quarter. Robert Stevenson's thrown a touchdown pass, caught some big plays, made some big tackles, and a quarter to go, and he's out.
Yeah, he's a critical player for their defense.
Wow.
Probably their leading tackler tonight.
He's taking his jersey off.
He is a senior, so that could be his last play of high school football right there.
That's got to hurt to have your last play of high school football be the team that has a record-setting touchdown scored against him. That hurts.
Personal foul against Woodlake declined.
So the Shafter Generals decline. Right. And here comes a PAT. And it is no good again.
The extra point is no good. That'll be.
Boy, and the Generals are hurting themselves with a couple missed PATs tonight.
4 minutes and 26 seconds.
Coach Perucci not thrilled with the left side of that offensive line and allowing so much pressure. So not the best effort there with the PAT, but so much discombobulation here in the last 30 to 45 minutes of real time.
Well, I think everybody's cold, you know.
Whoa,
Literally, their bodies aren't warmed up because of the long breaks. We saw the Shafter Generals come out after the kickoff, after the half, and give up a long kickoff return. Then we had the long break with the injury over there, and and then Aguilar goes down.
And I thought you were going to give me an easy out with this cold weather. I thought I was going to get the break I needed.
Yeah, the temperature's fantastic right now.
Oh, Rich, you're killing me. I thought you gave me the out, that I was not the only one complaining about the weather. But, no, you're so right, because we had the fans below us getting on the officials. Our guys are getting cold. Stay warm, stay warm. And then Aguilar came out and fell down. And you're right, it's a crisp, cool evening, no doubt about it.
We do have a second ambulance here. The first one hasn't left yet, but good to see we've got a backup.
Back to a 21-point lead for the Generals. And here comes the kickoff. And a flag flies.
I think number 19 down here at the bottom was offsides by a half a step.
And the coaching staff talking to the Shafter kicker, which is Marco Rodriguez, and they're saying when you do that little stutter step like that, when you do the little fancy step, we're going to be offsides, and that's exactly.
Oof. Now each time it appears that Shafter is going to start running away with things, Woodlake finds a way to make a big play. Now they've just lost one of their big play guys, we believe, but they still got their main guy, Brian Cuevas, still back there deep. We've seen him get a good return before. They kick it away from him.
All right, taking at the 17-yard line, and it's going to be a reverse, but they threw it right into where there were 7 guys waiting. So that did not work at all.
Yeah, they telegraphed that one a little bit. All right, again, big series for the Shafter defense, big series for the Woodlake offense as Shafter tries to put them away for good. Aguilar is coming off the field, does not look like he's going to play defense this series.
Smart play, smart decision, and I wouldn't either.
So if I'm Carruthers, though, whoever they put in for him is who I'm going to try and put Cuevas on and try and get that matchup and go deep right off the bat.
By Carruthers, you mean Woodlake.
I do mean Woodlake. Thank you. I'm a day late and a dollar short.
It gets cold up here, isn't it? Cold? It is cold. All right. They trail by 3 touchdowns, and they better make something happen here. They stay on the ground. Rojas gets nothing, maybe 1 or 2 yards.
Yeah, that Shafter defensive line has controlled the pace of the game for the most part. Consistent pressure, consistent penetration into the backfield, and really put Woodlake consistently in 2nd and 3rd and long situations. Now, Woodlake's converted on several of those, but that's not the way you'd like to play football if you're going to draw out your game plan.
They gave him a yard, so 2nd and 9, 3:40 to go here in this third quarter. Hernandez drops back, has a little bit of a pocket, throws down the far side, stretches it out, and it is incomplete, but pass interference is going to be the call. And a late hit over here on Hernandez. So all of a sudden, the second half has just turned into a very, very difficult game to watch for every reason. Injured players and flags on pretty much every other play. Ejection. Roughing the passer on Shafter. Also, pass interference on Shafter.
Umpire's going to get his hiking boots on to mark that one off.
East Bay lives to make athletes better. How? With more brands, styles, sizes, and colors of the gear you need to take
So they get up to the 42-yard line.
every sport, every student, every athlete. We have what
First
you
and
need.
10 for Woodlake.
Get the best to be your best at eastbay.com.
When Woodlake has gone down the field, good things have happened. They're getting one-on-one matchups, and they've got the pass interference call there. They've got a couple long touchdowns. If I was them, I'd keep throwing it up there every other play at least.
Here come the Generals. Oh, fumble, ball's on the ground, and they have to cover it up.
That ball got loose in the backfield over there. It's going to make it second down and 17.
Boy, just as they start to make some headway, another mistake. And I'm watching these players on both sides of the football at the end of these plays here, and everybody needs to keep their cool. Everybody needs to dial it down a little bit here.
Yeah, guys going a little bit to the echo of the whistle instead of just the whistle.
Under 3 to go in the third quarter. Hernandez has a little bit of time, but it just dissipates so quickly.
Yeah, I would say, for Woodlake, he needs to just, get back there, take his 2, 3 step drop and get the ball out. They're playing man coverage, get the ball up in the air where, your guys got a chance to make a play on it. Because when they've done that, they've made big plays. But he just can't hold on to it. Shafter's putting too much pressure for him to expect to have 3 seconds to throw. He's going to have to get the ball out in 2 seconds or less. And when they're playing man coverage, you can do that.
3rd and 23, they say. Hernandez talks to Rojas really quickly on his left hip. Crowd wants holding. I think they're going to get it. Hernandez fires. It's incomplete. And
Flag on the play.
Anthony Guzman is the offensive lineman pleading his case that it wasn't a hold, but the officials say, yes, it is, and Coach Perucci declines it. So it'll be 4th and 23. So they're going to punt the football again.
Big stop for the Shafter defense right there. They're at a spot here where another touchdown probably puts this one away.
Wonderful principal Russell Shipley. Can I get a student up here to tell me what subject Mr. Shipley taught when he was in Shafter as a teacher?
Woodlake making sure they got everybody on their punt team. Always baffles me that 4th and 22 and kid didn't know they were punting.
Cuevas punts another high one. And that almost hit Marco Rodriguez in the hamstring. And it would have been a live ball. But with 1:36 in the third quarter, it's a 21-point lead for the Generals. So we will see what their approach is right now, knowing that with this game seemingly in their hands and under control, and they're looking at a Valley Championship game next week, what will their approach be?
Well, again, they're keeping Aguilar in there. They're going to be aggressive. And again, I think they're one score away from sealing this thing. It's not quite over yet, but another score would do it. And the odds are that they're going to be playing Kennedy, who they beat for the league championship a few weeks back.
Handily.
Yeah, but you never know. You know, tough to beat a good team twice. And
Against Woodlake.
1st and 5, they get him to jump again.
Let's go, Pedro. Pedro Avila picks up the first down.
Pedro Avila continuing to have a big night. Again, this running game has just been on fire tonight. And so Stevenson is back in the game. So they did not eject him. I think they just told the coach that he needed to take a little bit of a timeout there because he's back in at free safety, just made that tackle.
Avila looking to get loose again. Oh, look at the beautiful running. And a flag on the play at the 40-yard line. The flag comes out, so it's certainly enough for the first down.
Flag came out 15 yards down the field. So if it is a hold on Shafter, it'll be 1st and 5 for him.
And it is a hold. We like to thank the United States Army for their incredible involvement with the Kern High School District and all of these great athletic events that they are at. What a great partnership we have with U.S. Army. Thank you so much for your service to our country and to your commitment to our students and our student athletes here in Kern County. Thank you to Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, Motor City, and of course Tony's Pizza. Aguilar this time hands the ball off to Nelson Hernandez. Flag on the play.
Well, something about these third quarters in Shafter.
Last week was 56 minutes in the third quarter, and another holding call comes marching back. So you're right. I'm thinking that they're well in hand of this game, and you said they need another score to seal it. You're right. It's just, it's not over.
Yeah, again, the pace that the teams play at and the big play potential.
So as the public address announcer, Zeb took the thought right out of my head. 1st and 9. You don't hear that very often. Hernandez again with the carry, and he gets to midfield to the 50-yard line. Half a minute left here in the third quarter.
And this is a time when some teams, again, that are tempo would take it slower, and it looks like Shafter's going to make sure that they're just going to run one more play here.
I don't think they'll even get this one going. So that will do it for the third quarter. 47-26. We'll step in and let our great corporate partners have a quick word with you. We'll be back with the fourth quarter here at Shafter on Kern High Network.
Every team trains hard. Every team prepares to win. But when U.S. Army soldiers take the field, it's best if the other guys don't bother showing up. See if you have what it takes at GoArmy.com/team.
California's largest Buick GMC dealer, Motor City, has the best offer on your new professional-grade GMC Sierra. Get up to $7,500 in total savings on the Sierra 2500 or 3500 HD Crew Cab Denali. Or drive away the Sierra half-ton Crew Cab SLT with up to $11,000 in savings. Go online to MotorCityGMC.com for all the details. Welcome to the city, Motor City.
So the start of the fourth quarter over here, we got Shafter with a 47-26 lead over Woodlake. Shafter facing 2nd and 5 from midfield, trying to ice this game with one more score.
Aguilar with a lazy pass out to the far side. And as we start this fourth quarter, as Rich just mentioned, this night started off on fire. Scores, both teams, big plays, big everything. And then we've been iced out.
Yeah, it's just gotten a little sloppy with penalties and just not quite as crisp performance.
Hernandez to the middle of the football field.
Number 20, Nelson Hernandez picks up a first down for Shafter.
Nice run. And by the way, Nelson 5'7", 157. Avila 5'3", 145. Low to the ground, impact players.
Yeah, two good runners, though, between the tackles. You know, you wouldn't think that with their size. Did another great job there.
Hernandez gobbling up more yards, this time to the 30-yard line.
Nelson Hernandez picked up about
Yeah, not too often where your 155-pounder is your big back. But
you're right.
But again, they both run real aggressively and well, and tells me that they're coached well. You know, that they're taught to hit those holes. And the Shafter line, again, continues to open up holes. What's the only thing that's really slowed Shafter down has been penalties here. Quite a few holding calls in the second half.
Hernandez again with the carry, and this time he gets another first down. So
Nelson Hernandez on
they
the
stay on the ground.
Shafter.
And a record-setting night for Alex Aguilar, and this may be a recipe that we see being used for the rest of the night, as Avila is just kind of standing over here on the sidelines down here below us as he's watching the game.
Yeah, and with Aguilar already having the record, we haven't seen him run since he broke the record.
Hernandez gashes through the offensive line,
Wow.
still on his feet. Oh, what a run! What a run, Nelson Hernandez.
Heck of a great run.
The junior, Nelson Hernandez, stays on his feet.
Nelson Hernandez, touchdown Shafter.
And the Generals continue to pile up points. And if this PAT is good, it'll be the '80th point. Sorry, 80th point. Is it 3 PATs in a row? So 79 points.
The Shafter Generals 53, Woodlake Tigers 26 with 10 minutes and 34 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
So certainly something for Coach Perucci and his staff to talk about.
Yeah, you hate to. That hadn't been really a problem for him all year, and all of a sudden it's biting him in the butt there a little bit. Just not getting a hold of that football at all. We've seen a couple others that just barely made it through, but to miss 3 extra points, maybe his leg's tired. He's kicked a lot this year.
Well, we hear that Liberty wins with a game-winning field goal, and one of my trusted sources
Don't forget to stand up for the kickoff.
tells me that BHS in trouble.
Well, I definitely think overall, big football in the city of Bakersfield is quite a bit better this year than it was last year. Last year we didn't have anybody playing in any Valley Championships at any level. I think the first time that had ever happened. This year there'll be quite a few representatives.
Long kickoff, an actual 3-wood. Cuevas brought down at the 26-yard line.
Brought down by Shafter's number 11, Joey Sanchez.
Again, a little bit of extracurricular happening down there, but no flags thrown. Separated.
Call that 1st and 10 on the 26-yard line.
All right, Shafter defense played real well, especially first downs. It's just such a critical down, and they've controlled first downs throughout the night. Woodlake's plays have come on a long kickoff return to the 8-yard line and then 2 long pass plays. Other than that, they've really been stymied for most of the evening.
They're bunched up on both sides of the line of scrimmage, way out far, and Rojas takes the snap himself, and they keep it on the ground. And it's getting chippy out there.
Yeah, I've seen each of the last 2 plays. Hector Magana kind of getting it into it with some people.
2nd and 3. Hernandez back at quarterback. He's got Rojas on his right hip. Hernandez to his left, throws across his body, and it's caught. And I think it might be a first down. And it is. So a nice play right there for Woodlake with 9.5 to go.
Pass to number 80, Luis Lopez, brought down by Chapters number 15, Nate Gonzalez.
Shafter is playing with a couple backups there on defense. They don't have Aguilar out there. They don't have Avila out there. So
bunched up triple set over here. The bottom of your screen, the right side of scrimmage. Aguilar sends his receiver in motion right in front of him. Hands the ball off. And it's Rojas up to about the 43-yard line. Not much there on a 1st and 10. Actually picks up 5 yards. Wow, pretty good spot. But we're below the 9-minute mark now.
Yeah, and I think Woodlake realizes that the handwriting's on the wall right now too. They don't appear to be really pushing the pace a whole lot.
2nd and 5. Aguilar launches one up down here to the near side. Almost caught with one hand by Cuevas. Almost a highlight reel catch.
Yeah, he's the guy they want to go to, and I think keep going to him.
Yeah.
You got one-on-one matchups over there. He finds a way to come down with the football. When you got him one-on-one, you want your quarterback to put that ball up pretty high so that your receiver can adjust to it. It's much easier for the receiver to adjust to a ball than a defensive back whose back is typically turned to it.
Third and 5. Again, 3 receivers spread out to the right side. Anybody in motion? No. And that's going to be on Woodlake. He being the center, didn't snap the ball. But 10 other guys were moving, so move it back, clock will stop.
So let's just make that 3rd and 10.
Yeah, Woodlake has really struggled with consistency against this Shafter defense all night, but they have hit a couple home runs, and they've both come on 3rd and long.
Fired in the no man's land, and there is no penalty. Victor Magana tried to do an acting job, and it wasn't a very good one. He's getting booed by the Shafter crowd. When the ball was 40 feet past him, he decided to kind of fall down and maybe get a call. Did not happen. 8:15 remaining in this 4th quarter. It's still Friday, yes?
All right, 4th and 10, and they've got about 9 guys on the punt team. I think they need a deep snapper. Here they come. All right.
Okay, Edward Munoz comes in. He's a middle linebacker and an outside linebacker. He comes in to snap. They get it to him. Cuevas with a cold knuckleballer. Man, how's that feel on your toe? And it's down at the 39-yard line.
So I think expect a lot of what we saw that last drive. Grind the ball between the tackles and see if Woodlake can stop it. See who's in at quarterback this series.
So as you mentioned, if it holds that Shafter wins this thing, we could get a Kern County championship game here in Division 5.
An all SSL championship game and a rematch. Only game Kennedy has lost this year was to Shafter, and a game that was competitive until Shafter turned up the heat in about the second quarter and just ran away with that thing. Anything that could go wrong did go wrong for Kennedy, and everything went right for Shafter.
They start with Hernandez on the ground, and Pedro Avila is right below us here, just kind of watching the action, and I don't know if it's just the fact that he's gained so many yards that Coach Perucci's like, look, we're gonna have to give Nelson some run here and get you ready for next week.
Yeah, keep him fresh.
Yep.
He had a heck of a ball game tonight.
But Aguilar's still back there on a 2nd and 8. He'll take his time in getting these plays called.
Now he's going to watch that back judge. When the back judge starts signaling, he'll go in his count.
There it is.
Hey, Tinson, it looks like the T-shirt bunny is shooting T-shirts into the audience.
Fumble, ball's on the ground. Oh, goodness.
Thank you very much for the T-shirt, Mr.
Well, that's not what Shafter wanted to have happen.
Wow.
We saw him, start a little bit that way with the ball bouncing around a couple times on their second possession, but been pretty clean since then.
Wow.
All right, if I'm Woodlake, I take one shot right now.
7-13. Hernandez drops back, has a lot of time. Coach Cornford called it. They threw it up there, and it is incomplete, broken up.
Now, Shafter did have safeties of sport over on that side. But you see how the quarterback had to dodge that one. We just had a T-shirt launched at us.
He shot it when we weren't looking. I'm trying to call a game, and he shoots the T-shirt I've been waiting for. Julian, what happened to you? Finally, I get a T-shirt shot at me. Get up here. 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground. Rojas with a strong run. Coach Perucci loving it, that defensive line. Just muscling up there. Rojas looked like he was going to take off for a 15-yard gain, but he was gobbled up by Zamudio.
Shafter so quick up front. Looks like he got something, and they just shut it down.
3rd and 8. 3 receivers split out here to the right side.
Shafter bringing 5.
It's a completion out here, near side, but Jackson Sanchez having none of it.
We haven't called Jackson's name a ton tonight. They haven't thrown the ball quite as well as they typically do, but a lot of that is because they run the ball so successfully. But showing he's still completely in the game here. Really nice tackle.
4th and 7, Coach, and can't imagine that they will punt.
Yeah, they're going to go for it here, and they've got one-on-one at the top of the field over here. Typically, when you get trips into the boundary, a lot of teams like to go that side. Look, Shafter's sliding a safety over there to help.
Hernandez steps out of trouble, fires, and it is caught. What a catch. What a catch. What a throw. What a catch. Caught by Magana. And wow-wee.
Yeah, that was a nice job of throwing on the run and throwing a strike.
And Magana had guys on top of him and made that catch. And what a great job by Hernandez to thread that needle in there. There's no quitting these Tigers.
No. So, yeah, you got the ball inside the 20. Hey, when it's your last high school game, man, you're going to go till you can't.
Absolutely.
Everything you got.
Hernandez takes a look, floats one across the middle. Look out. Almost picked off. Flag at the end of this because the quarterback, Hernandez, was hammered by Andrew Pompa.
Shafter continuing to send pressure there.
Roughing the passer against Shafter.
Coach Perucci's still leaning on the white hat.
That should give him 1st and goal right at the 10. It might be actually, since it's half the distance, 2nd and very short at the 9.5.
Head coach Perucci coaching the players on the field, instructing his coaches on the sideline, and the theme continues to be, keep it quiet, fellas. We're up by a bunch. We're under 5 minutes to go before a Valley Championship game. Hernandez, screen play over to Rojas. Rojas takes on the hard-hitting Joey Sanchez. And he gets to the 5-yard line. 4.5 to go here. And what appears to be the Generals moving to 12-0.
Yeah, and you know, if obviously this score holds out, what Shafter's going to have to worry about is, you know, a team that they defeated pretty soundly, but it's a good football team, and you don't want to be overconfident in that situation. And there's not going to be any school next week. It's going to be a strange situation, you know, just practice structure-wise, how you handle that whole week with no school and just your routine being out of whack.
Hernandez wants to throw for a TD, throws it up, and it is broken up, and it's incomplete, intended for Cuevas. Make it 2nd and goal.
Cuevas has played his heart out, man.
Yep.
Kid's a good player. He's definitely their go-to guy. He can make something out of nothing.
We also want to make mention of our award-winning Achieve magazine, presented to you by the Kern High School District. This is a top-notch publication. Some fantastic content, great photos, great storylines, a section for the alumni. How do you miss on something like this? The Achieve magazine, congratulations. 2nd and 5, Hernandez throwing, almost a circuit catch, and now some more players just getting into it at the very end of each play. Ooh, that was close. I thought we may have some yellow there.
Yeah, that Achieve magazine does a great job of highlighting the students of the Kern High School District. I know it's always fun as a teacher. They put one in our boxes and you get to see it, and the kids like to look through it. First-rate product they got there.
Some great Arvin Bears, Johnny Rose, Stephen Metler.
Vance Palm.
Young McCall throwing down a big dunk at Ridgeview. Now he's playing for the Roadrunners. And how about this? Get a timeout here. We'll stay here. Talk a little bit more about this magazine. Grab it. On the cover right now is the state champion shot putter, Daniel Viveros from Liberty High School. His Patriots tonight with a game-winning field goal will go to the Valley Championship game at Central. Your thoughts on that, Coach Cornford?
Well, Central's won the last 2 championships, and if my memory serves me right, Liberty won the one before that. So you got 2 of the strongest programs going at it. Central's got a quarterback over there that is just amazing.
He's the real deal.
Yeah, he's not a real tall kid himself either. He's got a couple offers from UC Davis, but puts up huge numbers. They're very athletic. They're really good all the way around. We played against them when the quarterback was just a sophomore. We thought, hey, they got a sophomore quarterback. You know, we beat him the year before. Maybe we can beat him again, and boy, did he light us up. So learned real quickly that they're loaded. But man, Liberty is fun to watch play too. Extremely well coached, great offensive line, great running game, and phenomenal defense.
And to beat Buchanan with a field goal, a late win, certainly gives them some momentum. Hernandez across the middle, and it's caught for a touchdown. Touchdown.
Nobody wants to signal it,
but anybody going to raise their hands?
I guess everybody waiting for the other guy to do it, but he was definitely in.
Like that.
There we go.
Hey.
Better late than never.
You got their hands in their pockets. It's cold.
They're wearing short sleeves.
All right. Touchdown, Woodlake. 53-32.
So it is noted that last year, to open their semifinal game, Shafter was down 21-0 in just 2 minutes in the game. So you're saying there's a chance, I suppose.
Rojas, can he get in this time? No, they do not. So
they've done that same play the last 3 times.
1 out of 7, 1 out of 5. They're 1 out of 5 for the 2-point conversions. We also would like to take this opportunity to thank everybody at the Kern High School District. The Dean Superintendent is Brian Schaefer. The Deputy Superintendent is Scott Cole. Brenda Lewis, the Associate Superintendent, as well as Dean McGee and Mike Zolfa as Associate Superintendents. Our Director is Stan Green. Thank you, Stan, for giving us this opportunity. And his great staff, Deanna, Javier, Victoria, Melissa, appreciate everything. Todd Bentley, one of our superstar go-to guys. Miguel Garcia, Louis Amistoy, Nick Ellis, Julian on camera, Kevin Willie on camera. Am I missing anybody? All of our announcers. Todd's bodyguard, who's stolen my jacket, my beanie, my scarf, my gloves. I've got nothing left. So Perucci wants to get on me. My hot chocolate. Now she has my hot chocolate. But thanks to everybody, our great announcers, Rich Cornford, Rick Hutchins, Rick Van Horn, Titan Tom Myers, Kenny Calvin, Kirk Boyer. Boy, it's been a lot of fun. Hopefully we'll be back next week. Don't know yet. Hope so. Hey, offsides on the onside. So we have an offside on the onside. Now those are some great lyrics. Those are some great lyrics. The offside on the onside.
Yeah, you could go somewhere with that.
Julian's poo-pooed the idea. I like it. A sports theme in the cool, crisp, late autumn breeze out here in Shafter. Hope everyone enjoys a healthy, hearty, fun, family, festive Thanksgiving.
All right, look for the kick to go to the same spot, judging by how the kicker's lined up. Fair
And it is fair caught at the 45-yard line, so.
Yeah, surprised they went with the little pooch there, unless they were trying to pooch it slightly over their heads and hope that it hit the ground, because that became a very simple play for the Generals to make.
10 at the 45-yard line.
Now Shafter shot themselves in the foot the last possession, fumbling the exchange between the quarterback and the running back.
Shafter Napa right down the street. Randy will be glad to take care of you. Or Wes.
They just need a couple first downs to run this thing out.
A lot of these Shafter players will move on to play for Bakersfield College. The Renegades finish their season tomorrow evening down in Orange County. We'll be playing Saddleback at Mission Viejo High School. Saddleback's having their field redone, so
Hopefully this game will get over. We can get there and get a treat.
looking forward to that. 1st and 10. 3:50 to go here in this fourth quarter. Hernandez looking for another touchdown. Hernandez cuts to the outside. He's up against the near side. Hernandez goes down. No, doesn't go down, but goes out of bounds.
First down, Shafter.
Wow.
By the end zone. I'll let you know where.
So if you're looking at next year's team here for Coach Perucci, Nelson Hernandez Jr., Jackson Sanchez Jr.,
Colby Miller, sophomore.
Felix Chacon Jr. Oh, man.
Cesar Lopez, an offensive lineman, is a junior.
Tyson Dozier, the quarterback, a freshman. And he's in right now. Dozier hands the ball to Hernandez, and Hernandez plows up to about the 5-yard line. The clock continues to tick. We will dip below the 3-minute mark here very shortly.
So Alex Aguilar, started here as a freshman. As a sophomore, sorry. And they took some lumps, had some struggles, but obviously you see by the time you get that guy to a senior year, you are rolling on all cylinders. So there'll be some drop-off next year, but they've still got some playmakers. They're still going to be very competitive.
And now you see Dozier working his hard count. And he got a low 5 from Nelson Hernandez.
Close the gap by half. We're going to call that second
And
down.
now it'll be 2nd and goal from about the 3-yard line now. And with 2:48, what's to keep the Shafters Generals out of the end zone?
Yeah, I expect him to grind it between the tackles here.
Hernandez, and he just walks in, literally walks in.
I think that Shafter offensive line has worn out the defensive line of Woodlake.
Touchdown, 59-32. And now we'll see if they can put the PAT through.
Yeah, special teams has been the only part of their game that really hasn't been at the A level.
Baruch Valencia needs to put this through. The snap is not that good, but it got through, and I think he kicked the hands of Aguilar. Oh, man. So Aguilar goes in there and puts it down, and he barely got his fingertips out of there before he took a foot right on those cold fingers. Ay, ay, ay. Can you imagine that?
That would be very unfortunate.
You break a record, 63 touchdowns. Your coach pulls you out for almost the whole fourth quarter, and then you have your fingers snapped. But the field goal is good, 60-32.
So it's starting to look like there's going to be a game here on this field at 7 o'clock. 1 week from tonight, we're going to be playing against RFK again.
How about that? So the announcement is made.
Shafter office on Priest-Hill Friday morning.
So Shafter will host Kennedy in an all SSL, all Kern County, all I-99 Valley Championship.
Don't forget to stand up for the kickoff.
I hope we're here.
Yeah, I hope so too. Be a great game to see again. Again, the last one, didn't quite live up to the hype because Shafter did get up on him pretty good, but it's hard to beat a good team twice, and Kennedy's going to have lots of motivation.
Kick is up, taken at the 13-yard line. And the Generals, whistles better blow soon. So with 2:29 to go and a 60-32 lead, Shafter's going to wrap this thing up.
Yeah, the way this game's going, there'll probably be 2 or 3 more scores in the final 2:24.
And
it's going to be Tigers first and 10 from the 20.
46-34, that's the final. Central got BHS by 12.
That must have been a good game because I know Drillers had a small lead for most of it. That says something for Central to put that many points on that Driller D. All right. Pounding the ball there for Woodlake.
Coach, with the Drillers now bowing out, your thoughts on BHS and their season?
Well, you know, I really thought there were 4 really, really exceptionally good teams in Division I with the Drillers, Buchanan, Liberty, and Central. But that Central team is just something extra special. So, you know, the fact that they went down to the wire, you know, for the Drillers, a good season is a Valley Championship, and if you don't do that, it's kind of a down year. That's how good Paul Gola has made that program. So, you know, for most teams, that's a great year. For them, I think they got to be slightly disappointed because, again, their measuring stick is just so high.
From all reports, Cameron Williams, the quarterback, had a really nice game tonight. News getting back to me, word getting back to me, but they fall short. Run play by Cuevas. The most exciting part of that play was the white hat took a big slide and fell down right in front of the home stands, and Coach Perucci gave him a big safe sign. So a little bit of levity towards the end of this chilly evening. And we're going to dip below the 1-minute mark right now. Hernandez gives it to Rojas. Rojas wrapped up.
Oh, and there is a fight at the very top, and if you're Shafter, you do not want to be throwing punches here.
Yeah, you don't have
won't
anybody
be playing in the Valley
ejected.
Championship
And
game.
what they did is basically put 2 receivers on Felix Chacon. They had 2 Woodlake Tigers gang up on Chacon, and they buried him into the grass. And wisely, if that's a word, Chacon stood up, just walked away.
He's got the scoreboard on that he can point to.
I'm certainly hoping this last play is a clean one. And that's going to do it. That is it. Shafter.
Smart move by the officials not to put that ball in play.
Has done it. A 60-32 victory. And the public address announcer basically just walked me into it. Rich, our Tony's Pizza player of the game tonight. Alex Aguilar owns the section record with 63 touchdowns. He's won so many awards this week. Named the player of the year, athlete of the year, our Tony's Pizza player of the game. How could it not be?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the toughness he showed tonight, you know, when a lot of guys would have been pulling themselves out, and he stuck it in there, put another touchdown. He's a great leader on this team, though I would say he should save a slice for Pedro. Pedro had a heck of a good game tonight, and that offensive line. They're just a great football team from top to bottom, well coached, and tough kids, good athletes. They're fun to watch.
Could have handed that pizza out to some different guys, but on a record-setting night like tonight, in his body of work, and as a senior, and he's going to be bringing these Shafter General players and all this crowd back in here next Friday night My goodness, against a team from Delano, will there be enough room at the stadium? We are working on having this game brought to you. I've been in contact the last couple of minutes with the people that could make that happen. We will let you know. You're going to have to stay tuned. We'll put it out on the social platform. If by chance this is our final game, we want to thank everybody for being a part of such a great season. We went through the rundown just a few minutes ago, so thank you to everybody tonight specifically. Julian, thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. Todd, fantastic job. Thank you. Becky, great to have you here with us. Hey, coach, partner. Hopefully we'll do it again next week. If not, loved it, buddy. Everybody have a great Thanksgiving on behalf of everybody here from the Kern High School District and the Kern High Network. Have a great Thanksgiving. Have a safe Thanksgiving. If you're on the road, be careful.